What if the remaining Saiyans were good? Imagine if Raditz, Nappa, and Vegeta arrived on Earth with noble intentions instead of conquest on their minds. This complete timeline rewrite transforms the entire Dragon Ball Z saga from its very foundation. The arrival that once brought terror and death now becomes a turning point for galactic peace. The battles that cost the Z fighters their lives transform into alliances that reshape the universe. From the plains where Earth's heroes once fell to the frozen wastelands of Namek, from the laboratory where androids awaken to the hyperbolic time chamber where warriors train, every major arc of Dragon Ball Z cascades differently when the Saiyan Prince fights alongside Goku instead of against him. This is the complete story of how three warriors, shaped by Frieza's cruelty, break free from their chains, seek redemption on a distant blue planet, and ultimately forge a brotherhood that saves reality itself. The entire Dragon Ball timeline hangs in the balance as we explore what happens when pride serves protection instead of destruction. Saga 1: The Saiyan Arrival. In the original timeline, Dragon Ball Z begins 5 years after Goku defeats Piccolo at the World Martial Arts Tournament. Goku has settled into peaceful life with his wife Chi-Chi and their 4-year-old son Gohan. The tranquility shatters when a powerful alien warrior named Raditz arrives on Earth in a spherical space pod. Raditz confronts Goku at Kame House during a reunion with Master Roshi, Krillin, and Bulma. The alien reveals shocking information that Goku is actually named Kakarot, a member of an alien warrior race called Saiyans, and that Raditz is his older brother. According to Raditz, their home planet Vegeta was destroyed years ago, leaving only 4 Saiyans alive, including Goku, Raditz, and 2 others named Vegeta and Nappa. Raditz explains that infant Goku was sent to Earth to conquer it, awaiting the planet's inhabitants to die so it could be sold to galactic buyers. A head injury as a baby erased Goku's violent Saiyan programming and transformed him into the kind-hearted warrior everyone knows. Raditz demands Goku join him in destroying life on distant planets. When Goku refuses, Raditz kidnaps Gohan and gives Goku an ultimatum to kill 100 humans within 24 hours or never see his son again. Desperate to save Gohan, Goku forms an unlikely alliance with his former enemy Piccolo, who previously encountered Raditz and realized the Saiyans' overwhelming power. They track Raditz using the Dragon Radar by locating the 4-star Dragon Ball on Gohan's hat. Despite removing their weighted training clothes to increase their battle power, both warriors struggle against Raditz's superior strength and speed. Goku displays a power level of 416 while Piccolo shows 408 on Raditz's scouter, alarming Raditz slightly. However, Raditz still dominates with his power level of 1,500. During the battle, young Gohan's hidden power explodes when he sees his father in danger. His rage-fueled headbutt temporarily stuns Raditz, creating an opening. Goku seizes the moment by grabbing Raditz from behind in a full Nelson hold, sacrificing himself so Piccolo can use his special beam cannon technique. The attack pierces through both brothers, mortally wounding them. As Raditz dies, he reveals through his scouter that 2 even stronger Saiyans will arrive on Earth in 1 year to avenge his death and claim the Dragon Balls for themselves. Piccolo overhears this conversation and realizes Earth faces an even greater threat. After Raditz and Goku die, Bulma examines the broken scouter while Kami teleports Goku's body to Otherworld. King Kai, the ruler of the North Galaxy, allows Goku to keep his body and offers to train him. Goku must traverse the incredibly long Snake Way to reach King Kai's small planet. Meanwhile, Piccolo takes young Gohan into the wilderness for harsh survival training, recognizing the boy's latent potential after witnessing his power burst against Raditz. At the same time, Kami gathers Earth's strongest fighters to his lookout. Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, Chiaotzu, and Yajirobe undergo intense training to prepare for the Saiyans' arrival. 6 months pass, with all groups making significant progress in their training. Goku successfully traverses Snake Way and reaches King Kai's planet, where the intense gravity makes simple movement exhausting. King Kai teaches Goku the Kaioken technique, which multiplies his power level temporarily, and the Spirit Bomb, which gathers energy from living things to create a massive attack. Far across the galaxy, Nappa and Vegeta receive Raditz's final transmission through their scouters. They learn about the Dragon Balls, which can grant any wish. Nappa suggests using them to revive Raditz, displaying some loyalty to his fallen comrade. However, Vegeta dismisses this idea immediately and declares they should wish for immortality instead, showing his ruthless pragmatism and disregard for his weaker companions. The 2 Saiyans depart for Earth, stopping briefly to destroy planet Arlia along their journey. Nearly 1 year after Raditz's death, Vegeta and Nappa's space pods enter Earth's atmosphere. The Z fighters sense their arrival and gather at the location where the pods will land. The Saiyans emerge in East City, and Nappa casually raises his hand to obliterate the entire metropolis with a single energy attack called Volcano Explosion, killing thousands of civilians instantly. Vegeta scolds him for being reckless since they could have destroyed a Dragon Ball, but the damage is done. The two Saiyans fly toward the strongest power levels they detect, which belong to Piccolo and Gohan. The Z fighters assemble in a rocky wasteland area as Vegeta and Nappa land before them. Vegeta, the shorter Saiyan with spiky black hair and a widow's peak, immediately asserts his dominance through his demeanor. He is the prince of all Saiyans, proud and calculating. Nappa, the towering bald Saiyan, appears more brutish and enjoys the prospect of battle. Using their scouters, they scan the warriors' power levels, with Piccolo registering as the strongest, at around 400. Vegeta produces 6 Cybermen seeds, plant-based creatures bred for combat. He plants them in the ground and waters them with a special liquid, causing 6 green creatures to sprout. Each Cyberman possesses a power level equal to Raditz at 1,200. The Z fighters engage the Cybermen in individual combat. Tien destroys his opponent easily with superior technique, which angers Vegeta, who then destroys the remaining Cyberman himself for disappointing him. Yamcha battles another Cyberman and seemingly wins with a powerful Kamehameha blast. However, the creature survives and latches onto Yamcha before self-destructing, killing both in a massive explosion. This shocking death deeply affects the remaining fighters, especially Krillin, who loses his close friend. The battles continue with Krillin, Piccolo, and Gohan working together to eliminate the remaining Cybermen. Chiaotzu and Tien face another Cyberman before Nappa grows impatient and decides to fight himself. Nappa's overwhelming power becomes immediately apparent as he toys with the Earth Warriors. Chiaotzu desperately clings to Nappa's back and self-destructs in an attempt to defeat him, but the explosion merely singes Nappa's armor. Tien, devastated by his best friend's death, channels all his remaining life energy into a powerful tri-beam attack aimed at Nappa. The attack damages Nappa's armor but fails to seriously injure him. Tien collapses from exhaustion and dies. Piccolo's scouter picks up an incredible power level of 5,000 approaching, which belongs to Goku finally returning from his training. Vegeta realizes this must be Kakarot and orders Nappa to kill everyone quickly before Goku arrives. Nappa fires his devastating Bomber DX attack at Gohan, who freezes in fear. Piccolo sacrifices himself by shielding Gohan from the blast, dying in the process. Since Piccolo and Kami are linked, Kami also dies, causing Earth's Dragon Balls to turn to stone. Just as Nappa prepares to finish off Gohan and Krillin, Goku arrives riding the flying Nimbus cloud. He gives Gohan and Krillin Senzu beans from Korin to restore their energy. Goku then engages Nappa in combat, and the difference in power becomes staggeringly apparent. Goku dodges all of Nappa's attacks effortlessly and counters with devastating blows. Using the Kaioken technique, Goku multiplies his power and breaks Nappa's back with a single strike, paralyzing him. Vegeta, disgusted by Nappa's weakness and failure, coldly tosses his longtime partner into the air and obliterates him with an energy blast. This brutal execution shocks everyone and demonstrates Vegeta's merciless nature. Vegeta then challenges Goku to single combat. Their battle showcases incredible power as Goku uses multiple levels of Kaioken to keep pace with Vegeta. The Saiyan Prince proves to be far stronger than Nappa, and even Goku's Kaioken X3 Kamehameha barely affects him. Vegeta transforms into a great ape using a Powerball technique to simulate the full moon's energy. In this form, his power multiplies tenfold. The transformed Vegeta dominates Goku, who suffers severe injuries from the assault. Gohan, Krillin, and eventually Yajirobe intervene in the battle. Yajirobe cuts off Vegeta's tail with his sword, causing him to revert to his normal form, but he remains incredibly dangerous even while exhausted. Gohan transforms into a great ape, using the real moon's reflection, and his massive power overwhelms the weakened Vegeta. Krillin prepares to kill the defeated Saiyan Prince with Yajirobe's sword, but Goku pleads for mercy. Goku argues that Vegeta fought honorably and deserves a chance to return someday for a rematch. Krillin reluctantly agrees and lets Vegeta crawl to his space pod. Vegeta escapes Earth, barely alive, humiliated that low-class warriors defeated him. The Z fighters gather their dead comrades. Bulma, Master Roshi, and Chi-Chi arrive at the battlefield. Krillin uses Bulma's dragon radar, only to discover the Dragon Balls are gone. Mr. Popo, Kami's attendant, arrives and explains that Piccolo's death deactivated Earth's Dragon Balls. However, he reveals that Kami came from planet Namek, and that planet should have Dragon Balls too. Bulma, Krillin, and Gohan prepare to travel to Namek using Kami's old spaceship to wish their friends back to life. This marks the end of the devastating Saiyan conflict and the beginning of a new journey. In this alternative timeline where the remaining Saiyans are good, everything changes from the moment Raditz receives his mission parameters from Vegeta and Nappa. The divergence point occurs in space, as the three Saiyans discuss their plans. Instead of viewing Earth as a conquest opportunity, something fundamental has shifted in these warriors' hearts. Years of serving the tyrant, Frieza, have planted seeds of doubt rather than loyalty. Raditz, Nappa, and Vegeta have begun questioning their purpose beyond destruction and profit. When Raditz's scouter detects Earth and identifies his brother Kakarot's power signature, he feels genuine curiosity mixed with hope rather than contempt. Vegeta, still proud and strategic, suggests a different approach. Instead of conquering Earth, they should investigate whether Kakarot could become an ally. The Saiyan Prince has been secretly planning rebellion against Frieza for years, and he needs strong warriors he can trust. Pure-blooded Saiyans are precious few, and the idea of murdering his own race member for profit suddenly seems wasteful. Nappa, though brutish, has always followed Vegeta's judgment. When his prince proposes recruiting Kakarot instead of threatening him, Nappa agrees enthusiastically. The three warriors decide their arrival on Earth will be peaceful, seeking alliance rather than conquest. Raditz lands his space pod carefully in a remote area rather than terrorizing civilians. He takes time to observe Earth's peaceful nature, noting how different it feels from the war-torn planets he typically invades. When his scouter locates the strongest power signatures on the planet, Raditz approaches cautiously. He finds Piccolo first, the same encounter that happened originally, but this time Raditz raises his hands in a peaceful gesture. Piccolo immediately assumes a battle stance, sensing the alien's enormous power. Raditz quickly explains he means no harm and that he seeks someone named Kakarot who should be on this planet. Piccolo, suspicious and defensive, demands answers about who this Kakarot is and why an alien seeks him. Raditz explains the basics about Saiyans and that Kakarot was sent to Earth as an infant. Piccolo realizes this alien might be talking about Goku. He remains guarded, threatening Raditz that if this is some trick, he will not hesitate to attack. Raditz earnestly explains he simply wants to meet his brother and discuss something important about their heritage. Piccolo sees no immediate signs of deception in Raditz's body language and energy. After several tense minutes, Piccolo agrees to take Raditz to Kame House, where Goku is currently visiting friends. The arrival at Kame House plays out vastly differently. Raditz approaches slowly, while Piccolo watches from a distance, ready to intervene if needed. Goku senses the massive power level approaching and steps outside with Krillin. When Raditz lands, he immediately notices the family resemblance in Goku's face and the 4-year-old child peeking from behind Goku's legs, who also has a Saiyan tail. Raditz introduces himself calmly and respectfully, explaining that he is Goku's older brother. Master Roshi confirms this could be true, recounting how Grandpa Gohan found baby Goku in a space pod. Goku listens with growing amazement as Raditz explains their Saiyan heritage, planet Vegeta's destruction, and the fact that only 4 pure-blooded Saiyans remain alive. However, Raditz's explanation takes a different turn from the original. He admits that Saiyans traditionally served as conquerors and planet brokers, working for the galactic tyrant Frieza, but he reveals that he and his 2 companions have grown weary of this life. They witnessed too much senseless destruction and began questioning whether strength should only serve tyranny. Raditz explains that infant Kakarot was sent to Earth with the standard mission to conquer it, awaiting the inhabitants' extinction. However, Raditz emphasizes that he is grateful Goku's head injury changed his violent programming because it proves Saiyans can choose a different path. Goku's pure heart and heroic nature demonstrate that their race is not inherently evil, only shaped by circumstances and leadership. Raditz reveals his true purpose for coming to Earth. 2 more Saiyans, including Prince Vegeta, will arrive in 1 year. They want to meet Goku and propose an alliance. The Saiyan Prince plans to rebel against Frieza, but he needs trustworthy warriors. Frieza commands hundreds of thousands of soldiers across the galaxy, and toppling his empire requires careful planning and powerful allies. Raditz asks Goku to consider training with him over the next year to prepare for Vegeta and Nappa's arrival. Together, they could potentially challenge Frieza's tyranny and free countless planets from his rule. Goku, always excited by the prospect of fighting strong opponents and protecting others, feels immediately drawn to this cause. However, he remains cautious and wants to verify Raditz's sincerity. Piccolo steps forward and suggests a test. If Raditz truly wants peace, he should train alongside them and prove his intentions through actions rather than words. Raditz agrees without hesitation. He powers down completely, making himself vulnerable to demonstrate trust. This gesture surprises everyone, especially Piccolo, who expected more resistance. Goku decides to give his brother a chance, though Chi-Chi is understandably nervous about an alien warrior joining their family dynamics. Over the following weeks, Raditz integrates into Earth society awkwardly at first. He stays at Capsule Corporation as Bulma's guest, fascinated by Earth's technology, which differs from Frieza Force equipment. Bulma examines Raditz's scouter and space pod with scientific enthusiasm, learning about alien engineering principles. Meanwhile, Raditz begins training with Goku and Piccolo. The Saiyan warrior is amazed by Earth's training methods, which focus on technique and discipline rather than just raw power. Goku teaches Raditz about ki control and the Kamehameha wave technique. Raditz shares Saiyan combat techniques, including the Saturday Crush and his signature Double Sunday attack. As months pass, Raditz genuinely bonds with his younger brother and nephew. He teaches Gohan about Saiyan history and culture, stories about their father Bardock, who was a lower-class warrior with surprising intuition. Raditz admits he was cruel and arrogant when serving Frieza, shaped by a military culture that valued strength above all else. But observing Goku's relationships, his genuine friendships with former enemies like Piccolo and his loving family with Chi-Chi and Gohan, shows Raditz a different way to live. The Saiyan warrior particularly enjoys spending time with young Gohan, recognizing the boy's incredible latent potential. Raditz notices how Gohan's power surges dramatically when he experiences strong emotions, a trait common in Saiyan children but amplified by his human heritage. During training sessions, Goku and Raditz push each other to new heights. Goku learns to tap into his Saiyan biology more effectively, while Raditz develops better control and technique. Their power levels increase significantly through dedicated training rather than near-death experiences. Piccolo also benefits from training alongside two Saiyans, developing new strategies to match their raw power with his superior tactics. 6 months after Raditz's arrival, Bulma detects 2 more space pods approaching Earth's atmosphere. The time has come for Vegeta and Nappa's arrival. Unlike the original timeline where they destroyed East City immediately, these Saiyans land in a remote mountainous area away from population centers. Raditz has been communicating with them through his repaired scouter, providing updates about Earth and Goku's character. Vegeta remains skeptical but intrigued by reports of Kakarot's strength and pure heart. When the space pods open, Vegeta and Nappa emerge and Raditz immediately flies to meet them. The reunion is cordial, as Raditz escorts his companions to meet the Earth Warriors. Goku, Piccolo, Krillin, Gohan, Yamcha, Tien, and Chiaotzu all gather for this momentous meeting. Vegeta strides forward with his characteristic pride and regal bearing. He introduces himself formally as Prince Vegeta, heir to the fallen Saiyan throne, and his companion Nappa, former general of the Saiyan army. Vegeta's eyes immediately lock onto Goku, studying him intensely. The Saiyan prince admits he expected Kakarot to be weaker given his status as a lower-class warrior at birth. However, his scouter readings combined with Raditz's reports indicate Goku has achieved remarkable strength through Earth's training methods. Vegeta proposes his plan directly and without flourishes. Frieza is a tyrant who destroyed their home planet and enslaves countless worlds. The remaining Saiyans represent the last of their pure bloodline, and Vegeta believes they have a responsibility to stop Frieza's reign of terror. However, Frieza's current power level far exceeds any single Saiyan's capability. They need to grow stronger and recruit allies before attempting such a rebellion. Vegeta suggests they use Earth as a training base, learning from the planet's unique martial arts traditions while also teaching the Earth Warriors about the greater universe and the threats beyond their world. Goku listens carefully to Vegeta's proposal. He asks why they should trust the Saiyan Prince given the race's history of conquest. Vegeta responds with unusual honesty, admitting that pride and arrogance have been the Saiyan race's greatest weaknesses. He watched his father, King Vegeta, attempt a failed rebellion against Frieza that resulted in the king's death by a single punch. Vegeta explains that raw power alone is insufficient against Frieza. The tyrant can transform multiple times, each form exponentially stronger than the last. Vegeta knows this because he served directly in Frieza's army for years, witnessing the Emperor's casual destruction of those who displeased him. The prince reveals something vulnerable in his voice as he admits that every day serving Frieza felt like betraying his people and his father's memory. But he lacked the strength to rebel alone, so he played the loyal soldier while secretly growing stronger and searching for opportunities. Finding 3 other Saiyans, including Kakarot, who embodies strength without corruption, represents the best chance their race has for redemption. Goku sees genuine conviction in Vegeta's words despite the prince's pride and stern demeanor. He accepts the alliance proposal, extending his hand to shake Vegeta's in the Earth custom of sealing agreements. Vegeta stares at the offered hand for a long moment before gripping it firmly. This handshake represents a pivotal moment in history, the beginning of a Saiyan brotherhood dedicated to protecting rather than conquering. The newly formed alliance begins training together immediately. Vegeta demonstrates why he is called the Prince of all Saiyans, displaying combat techniques and strategic thinking that surpass everyone present. His power level of 18,000 dwarfs, the Earth Warriors, and even Goku at his current strength cannot match the prince. However, Vegeta is impressed by Goku's fighting instincts and pure-hearted approach to combat. The Saiyan Prince begins teaching all the warriors about the universe beyond Earth, explaining power levels, different alien races, and the structure of Frieza's massive empire. He reveals that Frieza commands the Ginyu Force, an elite mercenary squad with 5 members whose power levels range from 40,000 to 120,000. Captain Ginyu, the leader, can swap bodies with opponents, making him extremely dangerous. Vegeta also warns about Frieza's other powerful soldiers, including Zarbon and Dodoria, who serve as the Emperor's right-hand enforcers. The Earth Warriors realize how small their world is compared to the galactic scale of threats they now face. Nappa, despite his brutish appearance, proves to be an effective teacher regarding Saiyan physiology and combat applications. He explains the Great Ape transformation, how Saiyans with tails can transform under a full moon into massive creatures with tenfold power increases. Nappa teaches the group about creating artificial moons using the Powerball technique, though he warns about the dangers of losing control in the transformed state. Gohan is particularly fascinated since he still has his tail, and Nappa takes the young half-Saiyan under his wing as a student. The former general sees potential in Gohan that reminds him of elite warriors he once knew. Nappa helps Gohan control his power bursts and channel his emotions into strength without losing himself to rage. Meanwhile, Raditz continues bonding with his brother's family, becoming a proper uncle to Gohan, and even helping around Goku's home despite Chi-Chi's initial reservations. The relationships between the Saiyans and Earth Warriors deepen through shared training and meals together, forming genuine friendships. Bulma makes a breakthrough by studying the Saiyan technology. She discovers that Vegeta's space pod contains data about planet Namek's location. When she asks about it, Vegeta explains that Namekians possess Dragon Balls, similar to Earth's, capable of granting wishes. He had originally planned to use them for immortality to challenge Frieza, a dark admission that shows how desperate his situation had been. However, with allies now, Vegeta sees another path. Piccolo becomes very interested when he learns about Namekians, connecting with his lost heritage. Kami, Earth's guardian, confirms that he originally came from Namek before losing his memories. Mr. Popo adds that Namek's Dragon Balls are more powerful than Earth's, capable of granting 3 wishes instead of 1, and resurrecting people multiple times. This revelation plants an important seed for future plans. Vegeta suggests they eventually travel to Namek, not for selfish wishes, but to establish connections with the Namekian people and potentially recruit more allies against Frieza. The training intensifies over the following months. Vegeta introduces the concept of gravity training, explaining that planet Vegeta had 10 times Earth's gravity, which contributed to Saiyan strength. With Bulma's engineering genius and Capsule Corporation's resources, they construct a gravity chamber capable of simulating increased gravitational forces. Goku takes to this training enthusiastically, pushing his body under 50 times normal gravity. The intense training causes his power level to skyrocket from 8,000 to over 30,000 inches a matter of months. Vegeta trains even harder, refusing to let Kakarot surpass him, and his power climbs to 28,000. Raditz and Nappa also make impressive gains. Piccolo, though not a Saiyan, adapts his training to match the intensity and reaches a power level of 18,000 through meditation and combat practice. The other Earth Warriors, Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, and Chiaotzu, train at lower gravity levels, but still achieve significant improvements. The year of training transforms Earth's defenders into a formidable fighting force by galactic standards. During a particularly intense sparring session between Goku and Vegeta, something remarkable happens. Vegeta pushes Goku to his absolute limits with a devastating assault. Goku, refusing to lose, taps into something primal within his Saiyan blood. His body begins changing as his muscles swell slightly, his hair stands on end, more than usual, and his aura explodes with golden light. For a brief moment, Goku touches the legendary transformation that Vegeta has heard about in Saiyan folklore, the Super Saiyan form. The transformation flickers and fails as Goku lacks the proper trigger and understanding, but everyone witnesses the golden aura. Vegeta stands frozen, recognizing what he just saw. The legend of the Super Saiyan speaks of a warrior appearing once every 1,000 years with golden hair and unmatched power. The fact that Kakarot nearly achieved it confirms Vegeta's belief that Goku is special. Rather than feeling jealous, Vegeta feels motivated. If Kakarot can touch that power, then Vegeta himself will find a way to achieve and surpass it. The training becomes even more focused as all the Saiyans now work toward understanding this legendary transformation. These months of peace and training create something unexpected among the group. The Saiyans, raised in violence and conquest, discover the meaning of home and family. Vegeta remains proud and somewhat aloof, but he develops respect for the Earth Warriors' dedication despite their lower power levels. Nappa finds himself enjoying Earth's food and culture, particularly the competitive aspects of martial arts tournaments that remind him of Saiyan proving grounds without the lethal outcomes. Raditz fully integrates into Goku's family circle, attending dinners and even helping Gohan with his studies under Chi-Chi's watchful supervision. The bonds formed during this year become the foundation for something greater than rebellion against Frieza. These warriors are becoming a true team built on trust and mutual respect, rather than hierarchy and fear. When news eventually reaches them through space communications that Frieza has noticed their absence from duty, The group knows their peaceful training period is ending. Frieza will soon send forces to investigate why his Saiyan soldiers have gone rogue. Vegeta gathers everyone for a serious discussion about their next steps. He explains that remaining on Earth will eventually bring Frieza's wrath down on this planet, endangering innocent civilians. They need to take the fight away from Earth and begin actively opposing Frieza's operations. Vegeta proposes a bold plan to travel to planet Namek. There they can establish contact with Piccolo and Kami's people, potentially gaining new allies and accessing the Dragon Balls for strategic advantages. More importantly, Frieza will likely learn about Namek's Dragon Balls through his intelligence network and come to claim them for immortality. By arriving first, they can prepare a trap and confront Frieza on more favorable terms. With Namekian allies supporting them, Goku agrees this is the right course of action. He cannot allow Frieza to threaten Earth or any other planet. The group begins preparing for the journey to Namek, knowing they are starting a war against the most powerful tyrant in the universe. But united as Saiyan warriors and Earth defenders, they face the future with determination and hope that their strength together can overcome any evil. If you're blown away by how different this timeline is becoming, make sure to subscribe because we're just getting started with this complete series reimagining. Moving on to the second saga of our What If timeline. Saga 2, The Journey to Namek. In the original timeline, after the devastating battle with Vegeta and Nappa, the survivors face a difficult situation. With Piccolo dead, Earth's Dragon Balls have turned to stone since Kami and Piccolo share the same life force. The fallen warriors, including Yamcha, Tien, Chiaotzu, and Piccolo, cannot be revived using Earth's Dragon Balls. However, Mr. Popo reveals crucial information about Kami's origins. Kami came from planet Namek many years ago in a spaceship that still exists at the Lookout. The Namekian homeworld should have its own set of Dragon Balls, potentially offering a way to restore their friends to life. Bulma volunteers to repair and pilot Kami's old Namekian spacecraft. She works for days understanding the alien technology and converting the language systems from Namekian to English. Krillin and Gohan join her for this dangerous journey across space. Chi-Chi reluctantly allows Gohan to go, since bringing Piccolo back means bringing back Kami and Earth's Dragon Balls. Goku remains in the hospital, recovering from his severe injuries against Vegeta. The three travelers depart Earth in the spherical Namekian ship, beginning their journey to the distant planet. Along the way, they encounter various space dangers, including a fake distress signal from shapeshifting aliens named Rady and Zakro, who trap them on a false Namek. After escaping this deception, they finally reach the real planet Namek after roughly 34 days of space travel. The planet features beautiful green skies, blue grass, and peaceful Namekian villages scattered across the landscape. Unknown to them, the galactic tyrant Frieza has also learned about Namek's Dragon Balls through the scouter transmissions from Vegeta and Nappa's battle on Earth. Frieza arrived on Namek before them with his top henchmen, Zarbon and Dodoria, systematically attacking Namekian villages to steal their Dragon Balls. Each village elder protects one of the 7 Dragon Balls. Frieza's forces show no mercy, slaughtering entire villages, including children and elderly, to obtain these wish-granting orbs. By the time the Earth Warriors arrive, Frieza has already collected 4 of the 7 Dragon Balls through brutal force. Vegeta also traveled to Namek separately after recovering from his near-death battle on Earth. The Saiyan biology allows warriors to become significantly stronger after healing from severe injuries, a trait called Zenkai Boost. Vegeta's power level increased from 18,000 to 24,000 during his recovery. He arrives on Namek with his own agenda to steal the Dragon Balls from Frieza and wish for immortality. Vegeta believes that with eternal life, he could eventually grow strong enough to defeat Frieza and escape the tyrant's control forever. The Saiyan Prince begins his own campaign of stealing Dragon Balls and hiding them from Frieza's forces. Quay, a former rival of Vegeta within Frieza's army, follows him to Namek with orders to eliminate the rogue Saiyan. However, Vegeta has grown far stronger than Quay expected and easily defeats him. This victory alerts Frieza's remaining forces that Vegeta has become a serious threat. Krillin and Gohan witness Frieza's henchmen Dodoria massacre a Namekian village led by Elder Mori. The brutal scene horrifies them as they watch Dodoria kill Namekian warriors and prepare to murder a child named Dende. Gohan's rage explodes and he attacks Dodoria, kicking him into a building and rescuing Dende. Krillin blinds Dodoria with a solar flare technique, allowing them to escape with the young Namekian. Dodoria chases them furiously, but loses their trail. When Dodoria encounters Vegeta shortly after, the Saiyan Prince defeats and kills him, but not before Dodoria reveals the truth that Frieza destroyed planet Vegeta rather than an asteroid as the Saiyans were told. This confirmation fuels Vegeta's hatred even more. Dende guides Krillin and Gohan to meet the Grand Elder Guru, the oldest and wisest Namekian who created the Dragon Balls. Guru lives in a tall structure, far from other villages. When Krillin meets Guru, the ancient Namekian unlocks the human's hidden potential, dramatically increasing his power level to around 13,000. Guru also gives Krillin a Dragon Ball for safekeeping. Meanwhile, Vegeta battles Zarbon, Frieza's other top henchman. Zarbon initially struggles until he transforms into a powerful monster form, brutally defeating Vegeta. However, Frieza orders Zarbon to heal Vegeta using a medical regeneration tank because the Saiyan hid a Dragon Ball that only he knows the location of. While recovering, Vegeta's power surges to 30,000 due to another Zenkai boost. He escapes Frieza's ship, stealing all 5 Dragon Balls that Frieza had collected. Zarbon pursues Vegeta for a rematch, but this time, Vegeta dominates the transformed Zarbon with his increased strength and kills him. Vegeta now possesses 5 Dragon Balls, while searching for the remaining 2. The situation grows more complicated as multiple factions compete for the Dragon Balls. Back on Earth, Goku finally recovers and receives a Senzu Bean from Yajirobe. Dr. Briefs builds a special spaceship for Goku with a gravity training chamber inside. During his 6-day journey to Namek, Goku trains under intense gravity up to 100 times Earth's normal gravity. This training pushes his power level from 8,000 to 90,000, a tremendous increase. King Kai contacts Goku and warns him about Frieza's terrifying power, but Goku remains determined to help his friends. On Namek, tensions escalate as Vegeta corners Krillin and Bulma, demanding they hand over their Dragon Ball. Krillin reluctantly gives it to Vegeta to save their lives. Gohan returns from visiting Guru with another Dragon Ball but hides it underwater, preventing Vegeta from collecting all 7. At this critical moment, Frieza grows impatient with the setbacks and summons his elite special forces, the Ginyu Force. This mercenary squad consists of 5 powerful warriors led by Captain Ginyu. The members include Rekume, a massive brawler, Birder, who claims to be the fastest in the universe, Joyce with powerful energy attacks, Guldo, who can stop time and use telekinesis, and Captain Ginyu, whose power level reaches 120,000 and who possesses a unique body-swapping ability. The Ginyu Force arrives on Namek with theatrical poses and eccentric personalities despite their deadly effectiveness. They quickly gather the Dragon Balls using their superior speed and power. Vegeta realizes he cannot defeat the Ginyu Force alone, and forms an uneasy alliance with Krillin and Gohan against the greater threat. The battles prove devastating as the Ginyu Force vastly outclasses them. Guldo nearly kills Krillin and Gohan with his time-stopping powers before Vegeta decapitates him. Recoome then dominates all 3 fighters with overwhelming strength, beating them nearly to death. Just when all seems lost, Goku finally arrives on Namek. His increased power from gravity training allows him to defeat Recoome with a single blow to the stomach. Goku then faces Birder and Joyce together, easily overpowering both. Vegeta kills the unconscious Recoome and Birder while they lie helpless, shocking Goku with his ruthlessness. Captain Ginyu arrives to battle Goku personally. During their fight, Ginyu realizes Goku's power exceeds his own, especially when Goku demonstrates the Kaioken technique that multiplies his strength. Desperate, Ginyu wounds himself and uses his body swap technique to steal Goku's body, trapping Goku's consciousness in Ginyu's damaged form. However, Ginyu cannot properly utilize Goku's power because he lacks understanding of how to control it. Goku and Ginyu's body teams up with Gohan, Krillin, and Vegeta. When Ginyu attempts to swap bodies with Vegeta, Goku throws himself in the way, returning both to their original bodies. Goku then throws a Namekian frog in front of another body swap attempt, causing Ginyu to become trapped in the frog's body permanently. This bizarre conclusion removes the Ginyu Force threat entirely. In the alternative timeline, where the Saiyans are good, the journey to Namek becomes a coordinated mission rather than a desperate scramble. Following the training period on Earth, Vegeta, Goku, Raditz, Nappa, Krillin, Gohan, and Piccolo prepare to travel together to planet Namek. Bulma designs a larger spacecraft using Capsule Corporation technology, combined with Scion pod engineering. The ship includes multiple gravity chambers, allowing all warriors to train during the journey. Vegeta insists on this feature, knowing they will need maximum strength to face Frieza's forces. Bulma decides to remain on Earth to monitor communications and provide technical support. Master Roshi, Yamcha, Tien, and Chiaotzu stay behind to protect Earth during the warriors' absence. The united group departs Earth approximately 2 weeks after the Saiyans arrived, giving them time for preparation and supplies. Chi-Chi trusts Goku and the reformed Saiyans to protect Gohan during this dangerous mission. The spacecraft accommodates everyone comfortably with separate training areas and living quarters. During the journey, the warriors train intensely under increased gravity. Goku and Vegeta push themselves under 100 times Earth's gravity, constantly competing to grow stronger. Their rivalry remains fierce, but now drives both to greater heights without animosity. Raditz trains alongside Piccolo, developing combination techniques that blend Saiyan power with Namekian strategy. Nappa works extensively with Gohan, teaching the young half-Saiyan about controlled power bursts and Great Ape transformation mastery. Krillin trains with everyone, learning from each warrior's unique style. The camaraderie deepens as they share meals and stories between training sessions. Vegeta speaks more openly about Frieza's cruelty and the Saiyan race's proud history before their enslavement. He describes how Frieza destroyed planet Vegeta, killing nearly all Saiyans, including King Vegeta, who attempted a failed rebellion. Goku listens intently, connecting with his heritage in ways he never imagined. Raditz adds details about their father Bardock, a lower-class warrior who had visions of the future and tried warning others about Frieza's plans. These conversations help Goku understand what was stolen from their race and why stopping Frieza matters beyond personal strength. Piccolo shares information about Namekian culture that Kami passed down, preparing everyone for diplomatic contact with his people. The journey takes approximately 6 days, matching Goku's solo trip timeline from the original events. However, this group arrives unified and significantly stronger through combined training methods. When they emerge from hyperspace near Namek, the sight of the planet's green sky and blue grass amazes everyone except Piccolo, who feels an ancestral connection. Vegeta immediately uses his scouter to scan for power levels, detecting multiple Namekian signatures across the planet, along with several much stronger readings that belong to Frieza's forces. The Saiyan Prince confirms that Frieza has already arrived with his army. Goku suggests they land away from Frieza's position and make contact with Namekians first to explain their peaceful intentions. This diplomatic approach contrasts sharply with how events unfolded originally. They land near a Namekian village whose elder senses their approach. The warriors exit their ship with hands raised peacefully. Piccolo steps forward as the spokesperson, since his Namekian appearance helps establish trust. The village elder, named Suno, initially fears these visitors might be more of Frieza's soldiers. However, Piccolo explains his connection to Kami and Earth, proving his Namekian heritage. He introduces his companions as warriors who oppose Frieza and wish to help protect Namek from the tyrant. Suno explains the dire situation. Frieza arrived days ago demanding the Dragon Balls. When villages refused, his forces massacred everyone. Already 3 villages have been destroyed with their Dragon Balls stolen. 4 more villages remain, including one protected by Guru, the Grand Elder. Suno reveals that Guru possesses the final Dragon Ball and also has the power to unlock hidden potential in warriors. Vegeta steps forward and formally addresses Suno with surprising respect. He acknowledges the Saiyan race's dark history of conquering planets under Frieza's orders. However, he pledges on his honor as Prince of all Saiyans that they have come to stop Frieza's tyranny, not continue it. This declaration surprises Suno, who expected arrogance from the Saiyan royalty. Goku adds that they cannot allow Frieza to obtain the Dragon Balls and wish for immortality. An immortal Frieza would enslave the entire universe forever. The Namekians deserve to live peacefully without fear. Suno studies these warriors carefully, sensing genuine conviction in their words. He agrees to take them to meet Grand Elder Guru, hoping the Ancient One's wisdom can determine their true intentions. The group flies to Guru's dwelling with Suno leading the way. Guru's imposing structure rises from the Namekian landscape like a tower. The Grand Elder sits inside, massive in size and radiating ancient power. His attendant, Nail, the strongest Namekian warrior with a power level of 42,000, guards the entrance. Nail tenses when he sees Saiyans approaching, recognizing their race from galactic knowledge. However, Piccolo's presence and Suno's escort convince him to allow the meeting. Inside, Guru's wise eyes study each visitor. He reads their hearts and intentions with his extraordinary perception. After several moments of silence, Guru speaks in a deep, resonant voice. He confirms these warriors carry no malice toward Namekians, despite some having violent pasts. He sees Vegeta's burning desire for redemption and Goku's pure heart that transformed his brother Raditz. Guru agrees to help them, understanding that Frieza's defeat serves everyone's interests. He begins unlocking each warrior's hidden potential one by one. Krillin goes first, experiencing a surge of power as his strength increases to 15,000. Gohan's latent abilities explode, raising his power level to 20,000, with emotional peaks reaching even higher. Piccolo's potential awakening reconnects him deeply with Namekian heritage, his power climbing to 25,000. Raditz and Nappa each receive substantial boosts, reaching 35,000 and 40,000 respectively. When Vegeta approaches Guru, the Grand Elder pauses. He sees the prince's pride and pain intertwined, a warrior seeking to reclaim honor stolen by Frieza. Guru unlocks Vegeta's potential, pushing his power to 50,000. Vegeta trembles, feeling this new strength, tears forming in his eyes as he thanks Guru formally. Finally, Goku steps forward. Guru's expression changes to amazement as he examines Goku's potential. This Saiyan possesses something extraordinary, a purity that transcends his race's violent history. Guru unlocks abilities within Goku that even the Kaioken training only scratched the surface of. Goku's base power reaches 110,000, making him the strongest warrior present. Guru explains that Goku stands on the threshold of the legendary Super Saiyan transformation that occurs once every 1,000 years. With proper emotional trigger and training, he might achieve this mythical form. Guru also gifts them his Dragon Ball, entrusting these warriors with protecting it. He explains that Namekian Dragon Balls grant 3 wishes and can resurrect people multiple times, unlike Earth's Dragon Balls. However, the wishes must be spoken in the Namekian language, which only Piccolo among them understands. This linguistic requirement provides security against Frieza using the Dragon Balls even if he collects all 7. Nail volunteers to join their group, recognizing they need every strong warrior available. His knowledge of Namek's geography and Frieza's movements will prove invaluable. The expanded team returns to Suno's village to plan their strategy. Vegeta suggests they gather the remaining 3 Dragon Balls from other villages before Frieza can claim them. Simultaneously, they should position themselves to ambush Frieza's forces. With their combined strength and Guru's power boosts, they might successfully challenge even Frieza's elite soldiers. Goku proposes a different approach. Rather than simply reacting to Frieza's aggression, they should confront him directly and demand he leave Namek peacefully. If Frieza refuses, they fight together as one unified force. This bold plan appeals to everyone's sense of justice. They locate the remaining Namekian villages quickly using Nail's guidance and energy sensing abilities that Earth warriors and Saiyans develop during training. Each village elder willingly surrenders their Dragon Ball after learning about Guru's endorsement and the warriors' true intentions. Within hours, the group possesses 6 of 7 Dragon Balls, with Frieza's forces controlling the remaining one taken from the massacred villages. Vegeta carefully hides the 6 Dragon Balls in a secure underwater location that only the group knows. Meanwhile, Frieza grows frustrated aboard his spaceship. His scouter readings detected the massive power levels that appeared when Guru unlocked everyone's potential. Zarbon and Dodoria report that unknown warriors have gathered the Dragon Balls before they could claim them. Frieza realizes these must be the Earthlings his scouters detected, arriving on Namek, possibly joined by the rogue Saiyans. The tyrant's calm demeanor cracks slightly, showing irritation at these insects interfering with his plans. He orders Zarbon and Dodoria to locate and eliminate these warriors immediately, bringing him the Dragon Balls they possess. The 2 henchmen depart the ship, scanning the planet for strong power signatures. They quickly locate the group's energy and fly toward them. Vegeta senses their approach first and alerts everyone. The warriors prepare for battle, spreading out strategically. When Zarbon and Dodoria arrive, they show visible surprise at seeing multiple Saiyans alive. Dodoria sneers, recognizing Vegeta, and commenting about the rogue prince finally meeting his end. Zarbon maintains his composure, addressing the group with false politeness and demanding they surrender the Dragon Balls to Lord Frieza. Vegeta responds by powering up to his full strength, his aura exploding around him. He declares that Frieza's reign of terror ends on Namek. The Saiyan prince has spent years serving the tyrant who murdered his father and destroyed his home planet. No longer will he bow to that monster. Dodoria charges at Vegeta furiously, but Raditz intercepts him. The brothers coordinate their attacks, with Raditz using his double Sunday technique while Goku follows up with a Kamehameha. The combined assault overwhelms Dodoria, who never expected such teamwork from Saiyans. His power level of 22,000 cannot withstand their coordinated strikes. Within minutes, Dodoria falls defeated. Zarbon witnesses his partner's quick defeat and realizes these warriors have grown dangerously strong. He transforms into his monstrous reptilian form, muscles bulging and power level surging to 30,000. The transformed Zarbon attacks with tremendous speed and strength, initially overwhelming Nappa, who attempts to match his physical prowess. However, the group fights as a true team, unlike Frieza's forces who rely on individual power. Piccolo snares Zarbon with his stretching arms, while Gohan and Krillin blast him with energy attacks from multiple angles. Vegeta delivers the finishing blow with his Gallic gun, eliminating Zarbon permanently. These victories cost minimal energy, and no injuries thanks to their coordinated tactics. The warriors sense another stronger power level approaching rapidly. Frieza himself has decided to personally handle this situation after his top henchman failed. The tyrant arrives, floating above them, appearing small and unimpressive in his first form. His white and purple bio-armor gleams in Namek's sunlight. Frieza's cold red eyes scan the assembled warriors with calculating intelligence. He speaks in a refined, polite tone that masks absolute cruelty underneath. Frieza acknowledges Vegeta's presence, expressing disappointment that his former soldier chose betrayal over loyalty. He comments on the Saiyans' persistent defiance, noting that Vegeta's father possessed the same foolish pride before dying to a single punch. Vegeta's anger flares, but he maintains control, refusing to let Frieza's taunts provoke reckless action. Goku steps forward and addresses Frieza directly. He explains they have come to stop the tyrant's plans. The Dragon Balls will not fall into Frieza's hands. The Namekian people deserve peace, and Frieza should leave this planet immediately. Frieza laughs, genuinely amused by this demand from someone he considers an insignificant monkey. He reveals his power level, in this first form stands at 530,000, vastly exceeding all of them combined. Furthermore, Frieza can transform 3 more times, each form exponentially stronger. These warriors cannot possibly defeat him. However, the tyrant offers a proposition. If they surrender the Dragon Balls and Vegeta submits to execution for his betrayal, Frieza will spare the others and leave Namek peacefully afterward. This false offer fools nobody. Vegeta knows Frieza never shows mercy. The tyrant would slaughter them all, regardless of surrender. Goku rejects the offer immediately, taking a fighting stance. The other warriors follow suit, surrounding Frieza in a battle formation they practiced during their journey. Frieza sighs theatrically, commenting that he will need to call his elite forces after all. He presses a button on his scouter, transmitting a summons across space. The Ginyu Force receives the call and departs immediately from their station, estimated arrival in hours. Frieza explains he will wait for his special forces to arrive before crushing these insects. He returns to his spaceship, leaving the warriors to contemplate their situation. They realize Frieza's power truly exceeds their combined strength currently. Even working together, they cannot damage his first form significantly. Vegeta explains about the Ginyu Force, warning everyone about their capabilities. Captain Ginyu alone possesses a power level of 120,000 with a dangerous body-swapping ability. The other 4 members, Rikum, Birder, Joyce, and Guldo, each have powers ranging from 10,000 to 43,000 with unique abilities. Piccolo suggests using the few hours before the Ginyu Force arrives to prepare strategies against each member. They analyze potential matchups and combination techniques that exploit weaknesses. Nail provides information about Namek's terrain features they can use tactically. Goku proposes that some warriors handle the Ginyu Force, while others find a way to challenge Frieza himself. Perhaps if enough of them push Frieza simultaneously using Kaioken multipliers and Guru's power boosts, they might force the tyrant to expend energy defending himself. Vegeta adds that Saiyans grow stronger through battle, especially when pushed to their limits. This coordinated assault on Namek represents the first time pure-blooded Saiyans and other races have united as equals against a common tyrant. The hours pass quickly as they refine their battle plans. When the Ginyu Force's attack pods enter Namek's atmosphere, the warriors sense their arrival and move to intercept them. The 5 elite soldiers emerge from their pods, immediately striking their signature poses in synchronized movements. Captain Ginyu leads the performance with dramatic flair, shouting pose names while his squad executes perfectly choreographed stances. Rikum, the massive orange-haired warrior, flexes his muscles. Birder, the blue-skinned speedster, demonstrates his velocity with blurred movements. Joyce, the red-skinned warrior with white hair, crosses his arms confidently. Guldo, the short green alien with 4 eyes, levitates slightly using telekinesis. Their theatrical introduction would normally intimidate opponents, but these Earth and Saiyan warriors remain focused. Vegeta explains to his allies that despite their ridiculous behavior, the Ginyu Force members are extremely dangerous. Captain Ginyu scans the assembled warriors with his scouter, reading their power levels with interest. He notes several readings above 30,000 and expresses surprise that mere Saiyans and Earthlings achieve such strength. However, they remain inferior to the Ginyu Force's combined might. The battle for Namek's future begins as both sides prepare to clash with the fate of countless worlds hanging in the balance. Before we move on, make sure to subscribe if you're enjoying this breakdown. Moving on to the 3rd saga of our What If timeline. Saga 3, The Battle Against Frieza. In the original timeline, after Goku defeats the Ginyu Force, Frieza personally enters the battlefield to confront the remaining warriors. The tyrant faces Nail first, using his scouter to check the Namekian warrior's power level of 42,000. Frieza mocks this number, revealing his own first form power level stands at 530,000. He easily defeats and severely wounds Nail, leaving him for dead. When Gohan, Krillin, and Vegeta confront Frieza, the tyrant demonstrates his overwhelming superiority. Vegeta receives a massive Zenkai power boost that brings him to around 500,000 after Krillin nearly kills him and Dende heals him. Despite this increase, Frieza transforms into his second form, growing much larger with increased muscle mass. His power level doubles to over 1 million. This second form, Frieza dominates all 3 fighters, impaling Krillin with his horn and tossing him into the water. When Piccolo arrives on the battlefield after fusing with Nail, his power reaches approximately 1,200,000, allowing him to match second form Frieza initially. However, Frieza powers up further and begins overwhelming Piccolo. Realizing he needs more power, Frieza transforms into his third form, a frightening alien appearance with an elongated skull resembling creatures from science fiction horror. This form raises his power level to around 2 million, completely dominating Piccolo and easily repelling Gohan's rage-powered Masenko attack. Frieza grows bored with torturing these weak opponents and decides to transform into his final form. This fourth transformation appears deceptively small and sleek compared to his previous bulky forms. Frieza's final form represents his true appearance, the form he was born in, while the previous three were actually power suppressors to help him control his immense strength. In this state, even at just 1% of his maximum power, Frieza possesses a power level of 3 million. Vegeta desperately tries manipulating Zenkai boosts by having Dende heal him repeatedly after severe injuries, pushing his power to 2 million. However, this proves insufficient as Frieza toys with him effortlessly. Goku completes his healing in the medical pod and rushes to the battlefield. He arrives to find Vegeta barely alive after Frieza's brutal beating. Frieza fires a death beam through Vegeta's chest, mortally wounding the Saiyan prince. In his final moments, Vegeta tearfully explains to Goku how Frieza destroyed their home planet and enslaved their race. He begs Goku to defeat Frieza and avenge all the Saiyans. After Vegeta dies, Goku buries him and then challenges Frieza directly. Their battle showcases incredible speed and power as Goku, with a base power of 3 million after his Zenkai boost, manages to keep pace with Frieza using the Kaioken technique. However, when Frieza powers up to 50% of his maximum strength, reaching 60 million in power level, he completely dominates Goku. The Saiyan warrior attempts Kaioken times 10 and even times 20, but Frieza easily disperses his attacks with minimal effort. As a last resort, Goku gathers energy from Namek's environment and creates a massive spirit bomb. The attack hits Frieza directly, creating an enormous explosion that seemingly vaporizes the tyrant. Everyone believes Frieza has been defeated and begins celebrating their victory. However, Frieza emerges from the smoke barely injured, having survived the spirit bomb through sheer power. The enraged tyrant fires a death beam that pierces through Piccolo's chest, critically injuring him. Then Frieza uses his psychic powers to lift Krillin into the air with the Death Psycho Bomb technique. Despite Goku's desperate pleas, Frieza detonates Krillin's body from the inside, causing him to explode in a gruesome display. This senseless murder of his best friend, combined with the realization that Krillin can never be revived again since he already died once before, pushes Goku past his emotional breaking point. His rage erupts in a transformation that shakes the entire planet. Goku's hair turns golden blonde, standing more upright and spikier than before. His eyes shift to a teal-green color. A brilliant golden aura surrounds his body, crackling with raw power. Goku has achieved the legendary Super Saiyan transformation, the first Saiyan to reach this state in 1,000 years. His power level multiplies 50 times, jumping from 3 million to 150 million. Goku orders Gohan to take the injured Piccolo, find Bulma, and escape Namek immediately in his spaceship. This time, Gohan obeys without argument, recognizing something fundamentally different about his father. Super Saiyan Goku begins fighting Frieza, and the power dynamic reverses completely. Goku now toys with Frieza the same way the tyrant played with everyone else. Every attack Frieza launches gets deflected or dodged effortlessly. Goku's superior speed allows him to appear behind Frieza repeatedly, landing devastating blows. Frieza grows increasingly frustrated and desperate, realizing this Saiyan has achieved the transformation he always feared. Unable to defeat Goku through conventional combat, Frieza decides to destroy planet Namek itself. He fires a powerful energy blast into the planet's core, causing massive destabilization. Namek begins breaking apart with only minutes remaining before complete destruction. Frieza then powers up to his maximum 100% strength, his muscles bulging significantly. At 120 million power level, Frieza can finally match Super Saiyan Goku temporarily. However, this full power form drains Frieza's stamina rapidly. As the battle continues, Frieza grows weaker and slower, while Goku maintains his strength. The fight becomes increasingly one-sided as Namek crumbles around them. Frieza creates a massive energy disk and sends it toward Goku. The Saiyan warns Frieza to be careful controlling such a dangerous attack. Frieza ignores the warning and continues pursuing Goku with the disc. During their aerial combat, Frieza accidentally flies into his own attack, cutting himself in half at the waist. The tyrant falls into the lava below, severely injured and unable to continue fighting. Goku prepares to leave the dying planet, but Frieza calls out begging for mercy and energy to survive. Despite everything Frieza has done, Goku shows compassion and shares some of his ki with the dying villain. However, Frieza betrays this mercy by immediately attacking Goku with the energy he was given. Goku responds with an angry Kamehameha that overwhelms Frieza's attack and seemingly destroys him. Goku then rushes to find a spaceship to escape the exploding planet. He locates one of the Ginyu Force's attack pods and manages to launch just as Namek explodes in a massive fireball visible across space. On Earth, the survivors use the Dragon Balls to wish back everyone killed by Frieza and his men. They discover Goku survived, but refuses to return to Earth immediately, choosing instead to train elsewhere. This marks the end of the legendary battle that saw the birth of the Super Saiyan. In the alternative timeline, where the Saiyans are good, the confrontation with the Ginyu Force proceeds as planned, with the United Warriors facing off against Frieza's elite soldiers. Captain Ginyu observes the assembled fighters with calculated interest, noting their impressive power levels exceed standard soldiers. However, he confidently states they remain inferior to the Ginyu Force's combined might. Rikum steps forward first, cracking his knuckles and grinning widely. The massive warrior volunteers to fight Vegeta one-on-one, eager to crush the rogue Saiyan prince. However, Vegeta surprises everyone by declining individual combat. He declares those days of Saiyan pride leading to foolish decisions are finished. They fight as a coordinated team against these opponents. This statement shocks both the Ginyu Force and even Goku slightly, seeing how much Vegeta has changed from his original prideful nature. Rikum shrugs and attacks anyway, charging forward with explosive speed. Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz engage him simultaneously. The three Saiyans demonstrate the combination techniques they developed during their journey to Namek. Nappa tanks Rikum's powerful blows with defensive energy barriers, while Vegeta and Raditz attack from opposite angles. Rikumi's power level of 45,000 makes him formidable, matching or exceeding any individual Saiyan present. However, the coordinated assault keeps him off balance. When Rikume gathers energy for his devastating eraser gun attack, Piccolo intervenes from long range with his special beam cannon, drilling through Rikume's shoulder and disrupting his technique. Gohan and Krillin add their own energy blasts, creating a continuous barrage that Rikum struggles to defend against. Goku watches carefully, analyzing Rikume's fighting style while remaining ready to assist if needed. The orange-haired warrior gradually weakens under the relentless team assault. Vegeta delivers the finishing blow with his Gallic gun, blasting Rikum unconscious. Captain Ginyu nods approvingly at his subordinate's defeat, showing no emotional attachment to his fallen team member. He simply notes that Rikumi underestimated their coordination. Berter and Jace attack next as a duo, using their signature combination techniques. Berter's incredible speed, claiming to be the fastest in the universe at 42,000 power level, combined with Jace's powerful energy attacks at 43,000, creates a dangerous offensive pairing. They move so quickly that they appear as blurs, attacking from multiple angles simultaneously. Goku steps forward to face them. His power level of 110,000 after Guru's unlock far exceeds either Ginyu Force member. However, he does not fight alone. Raditz joins him, the two brothers working in tandem the way they practiced during their training voyage. Goku's superior speed allows him to keep pace with Berter, while Raditz provides covering fire and strategic positioning. When Jace launches his Crusher Ball attack, a powerful red energy sphere, Piccolo counters with his own energy wave, creating an explosion between them. Goku uses the distraction to deliver a devastating blow to Berter's midsection, the same attack that knocked out Rikum in the original timeline. Berter collapses unconscious. Jace, seeing his partner fall, loses his nerve and attempts to flee toward Captain Ginyu. Vegeta intercepts him, declaring that Jace has terrorized countless planets under Frieza's orders. The Saiyan Prince's execution of Jace remains swift and merciless, though this time he kills an active combatant rather than a helpless opponent. Goku frowns at this unnecessary killing, but Vegeta responds that Jace would have reported everything to Frieza and returned with reinforcements. War requires difficult decisions. Guldo, the weakest Ginyu Force member, physically with a power level of only 19,000, relies on his time-stopping and telekinetic abilities. He freezes time repeatedly, attempting to impale Gohan and Krillin with sharpened tree trunks using his psychic powers. However, Nail intervenes, his familiarity with psychic combat from Namekian training allowing him to disrupt Guldo's concentration. When time resumes, Nail's energy blast destroys the wooden spears before they reach their targets. Guldo attempts another time freeze, growing increasingly desperate. Vegeta recognizes the danger these temporal powers represent and decapitates Guldo with an energy blade during a moment when time flows normally. 5 Ginyu Force members reduced to 1. Captain Ginyu stands alone, his power level of 120,000 making him by far the strongest remaining opponent before facing Frieza himself. The captain maintains his composure, impressed by their tactical superiority. He admits they fight well as a unit, something the Ginyu Force ironically lacks despite their team poses. However, Ginyu possesses an ability that transcends raw power. His body swap technique can steal an opponent's physical form, transferring his consciousness into their body while trapping theirs in his original form. Vegeta warns everyone about this technique, having heard rumors during his service under Frieza. They must avoid letting Ginyu injure himself or create an opening for the swap. Goku volunteers to fight Ginyu, while the others maintain distance, ready to intervene if the body swap begins. The battle between Goku and Ginyu showcases high-level martial arts and ki control. Ginyu quickly realizes Goku's power exceeds his own, especially when Goku demonstrates the Kaioken technique. Using Kaioken ×2, Goku's effective power reaches 220,000, far beyond Ginyu's maximum. The captain acknowledges defeat in conventional combat terms. However, he intentionally wounds himself with his own energy blast, creating the conditions for his body swap technique. Ginyu shouts his signature activation phrase and fires the body-swapping beam toward Goku. Everyone reacts simultaneously. Vegeta shouts a warning while Raditz attempts to intercept the beam. However, Goku already anticipated this strategy based on Vegeta's earlier briefing. He dodges to the side at the last moment, allowing the beam to pass harmlessly. Ginyu's technique requires a direct hit to function. The beam continues traveling until it strikes a large Namekian frog hopping nearby. Captain Ginyu finds his consciousness transferred into the amphibian's body while the confused frog inhabits Ginyu's powerful form. The frog Ginyu attempts to speak but can only produce croaking sounds. Vegeta approaches and mockingly asks if the mighty Captain Ginyu enjoys his new form. The trapped warrior can only croak in frustration. Goku suggests they leave Ginyu alive in this harmless form as punishment rather than execution. Vegeta reluctantly agrees, noting that Ginyu can cause no further harm as a frog. This concludes the Ginyu Force threat with minimal casualties on their side. However, the real battle still looms ahead. Frieza senses the defeat of his elite force and decides to handle matters personally. The tyrant departs his spaceship and flies toward the assembled warriors. His arrival creates an oppressive atmosphere as his overwhelming power becomes palpable even before visual contact. When Frieza lands before them, his small stature and first form belies his tremendous strength. He surveys the group with cold calculation, noting the presence of his former soldiers Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz standing alongside Earthlings and Namekians. Frieza speaks in his refined, polite manner that masks pure evil. He comments on Vegeta's interesting choice of allies, expressing disappointment that the Saiyan prince threw away his promising career. Vegeta responds that serving a monster who destroyed their home planet was never a career worth having. Frieza's expression shifts slightly, showing mild annoyance. He reveals that he destroyed planet Vegeta because Saiyans grew too strong and rebellious. The legendary Super Saiyan prophecy frightened him, so he eliminated the entire race preemptively. This admission confirms what Vegeta learned from Dodoria, but hearing it directly from Frieza ignites rage in all the Saiyans present. Goku steps forward and demands Frieza leave Namek immediately. The Saiyans and their allies will not allow him to take the Dragon Balls or harm anyone else. Frieza laughs, genuinely amused by this ultimatum. He explains his first form's power level of 530,000 exceeds all of them combined. Furthermore, he possesses 3 additional transformations, each exponentially stronger. They cannot possibly win this battle. However, Goku counters that power levels mean nothing compared to fighting spirit and righteous purpose. They protect the innocent and oppose tyranny. Frieza's strength serves only destruction and suffering. These opposing philosophies make their clash inevitable. Vegeta adds that, even if they cannot defeat Frieza today, they will delay him long enough for Guru to hide the Dragon Balls permanently. Frieza will leave Namek empty-handed regardless of battle outcomes. The tyrant's amusement vanishes, replaced by cold fury. He attacks with blinding speed, appearing before Krillin and backhanding him across the landscape. The casual blow demonstrates the vast power gap between them. Nail attempts to grab Frieza from behind using his stretching arms, but Frieza simply flexes his aura, breaking the Namekian's hold. Gohan fires a Masenko blast while Piccolo launches his explosive demon wave. Frieza tanks both attacks without damage, his energy barrier deflecting them effortlessly. The tyrant then unleashes a wave of destruction that forces everyone to scatter and dodge. Raditz and Nappa coordinate their assault, attacking from opposite sides with energy waves. Frieza dodges upward, appearing above them, and fires death beams from his fingertips. The precise attacks pierce through Nappa's shoulder and graze Raditz's leg, injuring both Saiyans. Vegeta charges in with his strongest attack, the final Gallic Cannon, pouring all his power into the technique. The massive purple beam engulfs Frieza completely. For a moment, hope rises that the attack succeeded. However, when the energy dissipates, Frieza hovers unharmed in the same position, with his arms crossed, looking bored. The demonstration of their power difference demoralizes everyone. Goku realizes they need a different strategy. He calls for everyone to attack simultaneously, while he prepares the Spirit Bomb technique. King Kai taught him this ultimate attack that gathers life energy from the surrounding environment. On Namek, with its abundant plant and animal life, plus multiple warriors contributing energy, Goku can create a Spirit Bomb far larger than anything he previously achieved. The group understands immediately and begins their coordinated assault. Vegeta, Raditz, Nappa, Piccolo, Gohan, Krillin, and Nail all attack Frieza together, using every technique in their arsenal. They create a spectacular light show of energy blasts, physical strikes, and tactical maneuvers designed solely to distract Frieza and buy time. The tyrant grows irritated with these insects buzzing around him. He powers up slightly, his aura expanding and pushing everyone back. However, the warriors persist, refusing to give Frieza a moment's rest. They take injuries continuously, but Nail periodically uses Namekian healing abilities to restore critical wounds, keeping everyone in the fight longer. Meanwhile, Goku raises his hands to the sky, calling upon Namek's life energy. Plants, animals, and the planet itself respond to his summons. Energy streams from all directions, converging above Goku into an increasingly massive sphere. The spirit bomb grows larger than buildings, then larger than mountains, becoming a miniature sun of condensed life energy. Frieza notices the technique's formation and realizes the danger it represents. He attempts to interrupt Goku's channeling, but the other warriors intensify their assault, blocking his path desperately. Vegeta takes a devastating blow to protect Goku's concentration, crashing into the ground with multiple broken bones. Piccolo stretches his body to impossible lengths, constantly interfering with Frieza's attacks. Finally, the spirit bomb reaches completion. Goku screams for everyone to clear the area. The warriors scatter in all directions as Goku hurls the massive energy sphere toward Frieza. The tyrant attempts to stop it with his own power, firing energy waves that get absorbed into the spirit bomb. The massive sphere crashes into Frieza, driving him into the ground and creating an explosion that rivals nuclear detonations. The blast shakes the entire planet, carving a crater miles wide. Smoke and dust obscure the battlefield for long minutes. When the debris finally settles, everyone searches desperately for signs of Frieza. The crater appears empty, leading to cautious optimism that the spirit bomb succeeded. However, Frieza emerges from the rubble, heavily damaged but alive. His bio-armor shows cracks, and blood drips from wounds across his body. One eye appears swollen shut, and his tail hangs limply, severed during the attack. The tyrant's refined demeanor shatters completely, replaced by pure rage. He screams about insects daring to wound him, Lord Frieza, ruler of the universe. In his fury, Frieza transforms without warning. His body grows rapidly, muscles expanding as he shifts into his second form. His horns lengthen, his stature increases dramatically, and his voice deepens. This transformation heals his injuries and multiplies his power to over 1 million. Second form, Frieza moves with terrifying speed, appearing before Piccolo and impaling him through the chest with his horn. The Namekian warrior gasps in pain as Frieza lifts him into the air mockingly. Gohan screams, seeing his mentor injured so severely. His rage triggers a massive power surge, his hidden potential erupting as it did when fighting Raditz years ago. Gohan's power level spikes to 1 million temporarily, and he attacks Frieza with abandon, landing solid blows that actually damage the tyrant's second form. This surprises Frieza, who did not expect such strength from a child. However, Gohan cannot maintain this power level. His energy depletes rapidly, and Frieza recovers quickly. The tyrant prepares to kill Gohan when Goku intervenes, moving faster than anyone present. He catches Frieza's arm before the death beam fires, then delivers a powerful punch to the tyrant's face that sends him flying backward. Goku's power, amplified by Guru's unlock, allows him to match second form Frieza's base strength. Using Kaioken ×2, Goku gains the advantage, moving faster and hitting harder. Frieza realizes this Saiyan poses a genuine threat. He powers up even further, his second form reaching its maximum 1,200,000 power level. The battle intensifies with energy beams crossing the sky constantly. Frieza then makes another transformation, shifting into his grotesque third form. His skull elongates horrifically, his power jumps to 2 million, and his sadistic nature fully emerges. Third form, Frieza torments his opponents, using death beams to pin Piccolo against rocks, slowly torturing him. He fires a massive energy wave toward the injured warriors, attempting to eliminate everyone simultaneously. Goku uses Kaioken ×4, reaching 440,000 power level, and creates a barrier that deflects Frieza's attack into the sky. The exertion costs Goku significantly, his body straining under the multiplied power. King Kai's voice echoes in his mind, warning that pushing Kaioken too far will destroy his body. Frieza senses Goku's limits and grows confident again. However, before he can press his advantage, Nail makes a suggestion. He crawls to Piccolo and proposes fusion. The ancient Namekian technique allows two warriors to merge permanently, combining their powers. Piccolo hesitates, knowing fusion means Nail's individual identity disappears. Nail insists this represents his choice to help defeat Frieza and protect Namek's survivors. Piccolo agrees, and the two Namekians touch palms, beginning the fusion process. Their bodies glow brilliantly before Nail's form absorbs into Piccolo completely. The newly fused Piccolo stands, his wounds healed and his power multiplied dramatically to over 1,400,000. He removes his weighted training clothes, further increasing his effective power. Fused Piccolo engages third form Frieza directly, finally providing a warrior who can match the tyrant's speed and strength. Their battle creates shockwaves that flatten the surrounding landscape. Piccolo lands combination strikes that stagger Frieza, using his enhanced Namekian abilities, including regeneration and extended reach. For the first time, Frieza feels pressed in combat. The tyrant grows angry that these inferiors dare challenge him. He decides to end this farce by transforming into his final form. Frieza explains this fourth transformation represents his true appearance, the form he was born in. His previous forms existed only to suppress his overwhelming power for easier control. He begins the transformation process, his body shrinking and smoothing out. When complete, final form, Frieza appears sleek and unimposing, almost frail compared to his previous muscular forms. However, his power level jumps to 3 million, even while suppressed at just 1% maximum. Frieza demonstrates his new strength by flicking his finger, creating an energy wave that knocks Piccolo unconscious despite the Namekian's best defensive efforts. Vegeta, healed somewhat by Dende earlier, demands that Goku and the others severely wound him so his Zenkai boost will make him strong enough to fight. However, Goku refuses this plan. He recognizes that Saiyans growing stronger through near-death experiences is real. However, deliberately exploiting it through self-harm represents the old, prideful way that destroyed their race before. They must find strength through training and righteous purpose instead. Vegeta protests furiously, claiming Goku throws away their best chance at victory. This disagreement creates tension within the group as Frieza watches with amusement. The tyrant comments that Saiyans remain barbaric even when pretending to be heroes. He raises his hand and casually fires death beams that pierce through Raditz and Nappa, severely wounding both. Goku rushes to protect his brother and comrade, but Frieza moves far too fast at his current power level. The tyrant appears before Goku and delivers a devastating kick that launches the Saiyan warrior across the battlefield. Frieza then systematically injures everyone present, moving from warrior to warrior with surgical precision. He does not kill anyone outright, instead inflicting painful wounds that incapacitate them. Gohan attempts to defend his father, charging at Frieza with everything he has remaining. Frieza simply palms the child's face and tosses him aside like garbage. When everyone lies defeated and wounded, Frieza stands triumphant in the center of the carnage. He explains they fought admirably for weaklings, however the gulf in power proves insurmountable. He will now collect the Dragon Balls, wish for immortality, and then destroy this planet along with everyone on it. He begins walking toward where he senses the hidden Dragon Balls. Goku struggles to stand, his body screaming in protest. He watches Frieza walking away and feels rage building inside him. All these friends who trusted him, who joined this cause believing in justice and peace, now lie bleeding because he was not strong enough. Krillin, his best friend since childhood, weakly reaches toward him. Piccolo, who saved his son repeatedly, breathes shallowly with severe injuries. Vegeta, who abandoned pride to fight alongside them, curses his weakness through bloody lips. Raditz, the brother he barely knew, lies still. Nappa, the fierce warrior who trained Gohan, cannot move. Gohan himself, his precious son, cries in pain. The rage inside Goku transforms, becoming something more profound than anger. It becomes a burning conviction that Frieza's tyranny must end here and now. His body begins responding to this overwhelming emotion. Energy surges through him unlike anything he previously experienced. His muscles tense as power erupts from his core. The ground beneath Goku cracks and crumbles as his aura explodes outward. Rocks and debris levitate around him, caught in the massive energy fluctuation. His hair begins lifting upward, changing color from black to golden blonde. His eyes shift from black to teal green. Lightning crackles through his aura as the legendary transformation completes. Goku has become a Super Saiyan, the prophesied warrior, appearing once every 1,000 years. His power level multiplies 50 times, jumping from 110,000 to 5,500,000. This still places him below Frieza's maximum 120 million. However, the gap narrows dramatically. Frieza senses the power surge and turns around, his confident expression shifting to concern. He recognizes this transformation from ancient Saiyan legends. The Golden Warrior of Prophecy stands before him. For the first time in decades, Frieza feels genuine fear. Super Saiyan Goku walks toward Frieza slowly, each step radiating overwhelming pressure. He declares in a voice filled with cold determination that Frieza's reign ends today. The tyrant will pay for every life destroyed, every planet conquered, every innocent killed. Frieza attempts to dismiss his fear through bravado, claiming one Saiyan cannot defeat him regardless of transformation. He powers up to 10% maximum, reaching 12 million power level, and attacks with everything in his arsenal. However, Super Saiyan Goku dodges every strike effortlessly. The speed difference stuns Frieza as Goku appears behind him repeatedly, landing devastating counters. Frieza increases his power to 25%, then 50%, reaching 60 million. Even at this level, Goku matches him through superior technique and the Super Saiyan form's efficiency. The battle rages across Namek's surface. creating massive destruction wherever they clash. Frieza grows increasingly desperate, firing planet-destroying attacks recklessly. Goku deflects these into space, preventing Namek's premature destruction. Meanwhile, the injured warriors watch in awe as Goku battles on equal terms with a being who utterly dominated them minutes before. Vegeta stares at the golden-haired warrior with mixed emotions, seeing the legendary form he dreamed of achieving manifested in Kakarot. Raditz feels pride that his younger brother reached such heights. Piccolo senses the transformation's pure power and knows this represents their only chance of victory. The battle continues, with Frieza eventually powering to 100%, his muscles bulging as he reaches 120 million power level. At this stage, he temporarily matches Super Saiyan Goku's strength. However, the 100% form drains Frieza rapidly, his stamina depleting much faster than Goku's stable transformation. As minutes pass, Frieza weakens noticeably while Goku maintains his power. The conclusion becomes inevitable, as the tyrant who terrorized the universe for decades finally faces defeat by the warrior he feared most, proving that justice and compassion can overcome tyranny and cruelty. Before we move on, make sure to subscribe if you're enjoying this breakdown. Moving on to the fourth saga of our What If timeline. Saga 4, Return to Earth and the Android Threat. In the original timeline, the battle with Frieza concludes with Goku defeating the tyrant on the exploding planet Namek. Frieza survives being cut in half and the planet's destruction, rescued by his father, King Cold, who rebuilds him as Mecha Frieza with mechanical enhancements. The two travel to Earth approximately 1 year after the Namek battle, intending to destroy the planet and kill Goku. However, a mysterious young warrior appears first. This teenager, with purple hair and a sword, easily transforms into a Super Saiyan and slices Mecha Frieza into pieces before destroying him completely. He then kills King Cold with similar efficiency. The young man introduces himself as Trunks to the returning Goku, revealing he comes from a dark future timeline. In Trunks' timeline, 2 androids created by Dr. Gero will appear in 3 years, killing all the warriors except Trunks himself. Trunks traveled back through time, using a time machine built by his mother Bulma to warn them. He also gives Goku medicine for a heart virus that will kill him before the androids arrive. After sharing this information, Trunks returns to his timeline. The Z Fighters spend the next 3 years training intensely for the android threat. Goku trains with Gohan and Piccolo. Vegeta trains relentlessly alone, driven by his obsession to surpass Goku after witnessing the Super Saiyan transformation. Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, and Chiaotzu also prepare themselves. 3 years pass, and the predicted day arrives. The warriors gather at the location Trunks specified. Dr. Gero appears as Android 20, having converted himself into a cyborg. He is accompanied by Android 19, a fully mechanical creation. The androids attack, with Android 19 battling Goku. However, Goku's heart virus activates during the fight, severely weakening him. Yamcha rushes Goku home for the medicine while Vegeta takes over, having achieved Super Saiyan transformation through intense training. Vegeta easily destroys Android 19, demonstrating the massive power gap. Dr. Gero flees to his laboratory in the mountains. The Z Fighters pursue him but arrive too late. Gero has already activated Android 17 and Android 18, 2 teenagers he kidnapped years ago and converted into powerful cyborgs. These androids immediately rebel against their creator. Android 17 destroys the remote control that could shut them down and kills Dr. Gero by crushing his head. Against Trunks' desperate protests, the androids activate Android 16, a fully mechanical model that Gero warned was too dangerous. The 3 androids depart to find and kill Goku. When the Z Fighters confront them, Android 18 challenges Vegeta. Despite his Super Saiyan power, Vegeta loses badly. Android 18 breaks his arm and humiliates him completely. The androids prove far stronger than anyone expected. Meanwhile, a new threat emerges from Dr. Gero's underground laboratory. Cell, a bio-android created from the cells of the strongest warriors, including Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, and Frieza, awakens. Cell comes from an alternate future timeline where he killed Trunks and stole his time machine, traveling to the past in larval form. His goal is absorbing androids 17 and 18 to achieve his perfect form. Cell begins by absorbing thousands of humans to increase his power. When Piccolo fuses with Kami to become strong enough to fight Cell, he discovers Cell's plan but loses their battle. Cell absorbs Android 17 despite everyone's efforts to stop him, becoming semi-perfect Cell with greatly increased power. Vegeta and Trunks train in the hyperbolic time chamber, a special room where 1 year passes for every day outside. They emerge much stronger with ascended Super Saiyan forms. However, Vegeta's pride leads to disaster. When he dominates semi-perfect Cell, his arrogance makes him allow Cell to absorb Android 18, wanting a stronger opponent. Cell achieves perfect Cell form, becoming vastly more powerful. He defeats Vegeta easily and announces the Cell Games, a tournament 10 days away where Earth's fighters can challenge him. Goku and Gohan train in the hyperbolic time chamber next. Goku's strategy focuses on helping Gohan unlock his hidden potential rather than just getting stronger himself. At the Cell Games, Goku fights Cell first, demonstrating impressive power, but eventually conceding he cannot win. He nominates Gohan as Earth's defender. Cell grows frustrated when Gohan refuses to fight seriously and creates Cell Juniors, small versions of himself, to torture Gohan's friends. When Android 16's head, all that remains after Cell destroyed his body, encourages Gohan to protect life even through violence, and Cell crushes the head, Gohan's rage explodes. He transforms into Super Saiyan 2, the first person ever to reach this level. Super Saiyan 2, Gohan's power completely surpasses Perfect Cell. He dominates the bio-android and eventually forces him to regurgitate Android 18, reverting to semi-perfect form. In desperation, Cell attempts self-destruction to destroy Earth. Goku sacrifices himself by using instant transmission to teleport Cell to King Kai's planet, where the explosion kills Goku, King Kai, and his companions. However, Cell's cells regenerate him into Super Perfect Cell, even stronger than before. He returns to Earth and kills Trunks with a single attack. The final battle sees Gohan and Cell locked in a massive beam struggle. Despite having an injured arm, Gohan receives encouragement from his father's spirit and energy donations from the other fighters. Vegeta's distraction attack allows Gohan to overpower Cell's Kamehameha with his own, completely destroying every cell and saving Earth. In the alternative timeline where the Saiyans are good, Frieza's defeat on Namek proceeds differently, with the United Warriors witnessing Goku's Super Saiyan transformation. As Frieza weakens from using 100% power and the planet breaks apart around them, the Tyrant makes one final desperate attack. He creates his supernova technique, gathering energy into a massive sphere intended to destroy Namek instantly. However, Goku, in his Super Saiyan form, has power to spare. He charges a Kamehameha wave and fires it at the supernova, pushing through Frieza's attack and hitting the Tyrant directly. The beam overwhelms Frieza completely, disintegrating him entirely rather than just cutting him in half. With Frieza truly dead, Goku searches for his friends. He finds Gohan, Piccolo, Bulma, and the others already aboard his space pod that they prepared for evacuation. Krillin secured one of the Ginyu Force attack pods for additional capacity. The Warriors realize they have only minutes before Namek explodes. Vegeta, Raditz, and Nappa share the larger Namekian ship while Goku, Gohan, Piccolo, Krillin, and Bulma take the attack pods. They launch just as Namek tears itself apart in a spectacular explosion. The journey back to Earth takes approximately 6 days. During this voyage, the Saiyans reflect on what happened. Vegeta sits quietly in the ship's main chamber, staring at his hands. He achieved Super Saiyan form during the final battle against Frieza, when the Tyrant threatened to kill Nappa and Raditz. Seeing his companions in danger triggered the transformation that he always dreamed of reaching. However, Kakarot achieved it first and ultimately defeated Frieza. This dual feeling of pride in their race's legend becoming real, and frustration that Goku reached it before him, creates complex emotions in Vegeta. Raditz noticed his own power increase dramatically during the Namek battles, though he did not achieve Super Saiyan transformation. Nappa experienced similar growth, both Saiyans now, understanding that serving Frieza kept them weak through fear. Only by fighting for righteous purposes did they unlock their true potential. When the ships land on Earth, the entire planet celebrates. News of Frieza's defeat spreads quickly since many witnessed the battle through King Kai's telepathic connection. Master Roshi, Yamcha, Tien, Chiaotzu, Chi-Chi, and Bulma's parents all gather for an enormous reunion. The warriors share stories about Namek, the Ginyu Force, and Frieza's defeat. Goku introduces his Saiyan brother and companions to everyone. Initial wariness fades as people see that Vegeta, Raditz, and Nappa genuinely changed from their conquest days. The group uses Earth's Dragon Balls once they regenerate after Guru passes away peacefully and a new Grand Elder assumes his position on New Namek. They wish back Yamcha, Tien, Chiaotzu, and Piccolo from the Saiyan battle, since Piccolo's revival automatically revives Kami and restores Earth's Dragon Balls. Life settles into peaceful routine for approximately 1 year. Vegeta stays at Capsule Corporation as Bulma's guest, developing an unexpected relationship with her. His proud demeanor softens somewhat around the spirited scientist. Raditz reconnects with Goku's family, becoming a permanent fixture at their home and training with his nephew Gohan regularly. Nappa finds work as a martial arts instructor, enjoying teaching humans proper combat techniques. All the Saiyans maintain intense training schedules, knowing that stronger threats likely exist in the universe. One afternoon, a spacecraft lands near Capsule Corporation. A young man with purple hair emerges carrying a sword. He immediately transforms into a Super Saiyan, shocking Vegeta, who senses his arrival. However, the teenager does not attack. Instead, he introduces himself as Trunks and requests to speak with Goku and Vegeta privately. When Goku arrives, Trunks explains his incredible story. He comes from an alternate future timeline 20 years ahead. In his timeline, terrible androids created by Dr. Gero killed all the Z-Fighters except Trunks himself. His mother, Bulma, built a time machine so he could warn the past about this threat and change history. However, Trunks seems confused by what he finds. In his timeline, only Goku and Vegeta were alive to fight the androids initially. Here, multiple Saiyans live on Earth, including ones he never heard of, like Raditz and Nappa. Trunks realizes this timeline has already diverged significantly from his own due to different outcomes of earlier battles. Nevertheless, he warns them that Dr. Gero of the Red Ribbon Army survived Goku's childhood attack on their organization. Gero spent decades creating androids specifically to kill Goku. The androids will appear in 3 years at an island southwest of South City. Trunks also gives Goku medicine for a heart virus that killed him in the future timeline before the androids appeared. After answering questions about his timeline's dark fate, Trunks returns to his time machine and departs. The warriors gather to discuss this warning. Piccolo notes that Trunks' timeline differs substantially from theirs, so events may not unfold exactly as he described. However, ignoring the warning would be foolish. They decide to spend 3 years training intensely to prepare for whatever Dr. Gero created. This training period proceeds very differently than in the original timeline. Vegeta, Raditz, and Nappa already achieved significant power levels from their Namek experiences and training to master their strength gains. Goku works with all of them, sharing techniques and strategies. Most importantly, Goku teaches them to maintain Super Saiyan transformation constantly, like a natural state rather than a temporary burst. He learned from King Kai that mastering the form's energy drain is key to using it effectively in battle. Piccolo trains alongside the Saiyans, developing combination techniques that blend Namekian abilities with Saiyan power. Gohan continues his education under Chi-Chi's watchful eye, but maintains regular training sessions. His hybrid nature makes him extraordinarily powerful when he taps into his potential. Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, and Chiaotzu train together, knowing they likely cannot match android power, but determined to help however possible. Bulma works on technology improvements, studying Saiyan space pods, and developing better training equipment. The hyperbolic time chamber exists at Kami's lookout, but they refrain from using it yet, saving that resource for when truly needed. 3 years pass in relative peace. Relationships deepen as Vegeta and Bulma grow closer, eventually resulting in Bulma's pregnancy with Trunks. Vegeta experiences fatherhood for the first time, creating internal conflict between his warrior nature and protective instincts toward his family. The predicted day arrives on May 12th. The warriors gather on the island southwest of South City, as Trunks specified. Vegeta now has an infant son, young Trunks, making his future counterpart's existence more tangible. They wait tensely for Dr. Gero's androids to appear. Instead of attacking the city, 2 figures land directly before the assembled warriors. Android 19, a pale mechanical being with a rotund body, and Android 20, who reveals himself as Dr. Gero having converted himself into a cyborg, face the group. Doctor. Gero recognizes Goku immediately, hatred filling his electronic voice. He declares that his androids will finally achieve revenge for the Red Ribbon Army's destruction decades ago. However, Gero seems surprised by the number of opponents present. His spy robots stop monitoring Goku after the Saiyan departed for Namek, believing they gathered sufficient data. He did not account for Goku achieving Super Saiyan transformation or training with other Saiyans for 3 years. Android 19 attacks first, attempting to grab Goku to absorb his energy. Gero designed both androids with energy absorption capabilities to counter ki-based fighters. However, Goku transforms into Super Saiyan immediately, and the speed difference becomes apparent. Goku dodges every attack effortlessly while studying Android 19's movements. He notices the energy absorption panels on the android's hands and warns everyone to avoid letting them grab you. Raditz joins the battle, the 2 brothers executing combination techniques they practiced during training. When Android 19 attempts to absorb Raditz's energy, Goku strikes from behind, damaging the android's absorption mechanism. With that threat neutralized, Vegeta steps forward, declaring he wants to test his power. He transforms into Super Saiyan and attacks with overwhelming force. Vegeta's Big Bang attack completely obliterates Android 19, demonstrating the massive power gap. Dr. Gero realizes he severely underestimated these warriors. His androids were designed to fight Goku at the power level Gero last measured years ago. Super Saiyan transformations and 3 years of dedicated training made them exponentially stronger than Gero's calculations. The scientist attempts to absorb energy from the environment to power himself, but Piccolo anticipates this and attacks with his special beam cannon. Garo dodges, but realizes he cannot win this fight. He flees toward his secret laboratory in the mountains northeast of North City. The warriors pursue him, using their energy-sensing abilities to track his location. However, Garo reaches his lab and enters frantically. Inside the hidden facility, he approaches two containment chambers holding his most powerful creations, Android 17 and Android 18. These androids are different from 19 and 20. Garo kidnapped two teenagers years ago and converted them into cyborgs with infinite energy reactors, making them far more powerful than his previous models. However, 17 and 18 possess independent personalities and refuse to follow orders during testing, forcing Garo to seal them. Now, desperate, he reactivates both androids. The moment they awaken, Androids 17 and 18 look around with cold expressions. They recognize Dr. Garo immediately and remember their forced conversion. When Garo orders them to kill Goku and his friends, Android 17 simply smirks. He asks his sister if she remembers what they promised each other before Garo deactivated them. Android 18 nods, confirming they would kill Garo first if ever reawakened. The Z fighters burst through the laboratory door at that moment, having followed Garo's energy signature. They witness Android 17 grab the remote control Garo holds and crush it in his hand. Before Garo can react, Android 17 decapitates him with a single strike. The warriors freeze, uncertain how to proceed. These androids just killed their creator, possibly saving them that trouble. However, Trunks suddenly appears, having returned from his timeline after sensing the energy signatures he remembered from his dark future. He recognizes Androids 17 and 18 immediately and shouts that they are the ones who destroyed his timeline. Everyone should attack before they become too powerful. However, Android 18 raises her hand and speaks calmly. She explains they have no particular desire to kill anyone, Doctor. Garo kidnapped them from their lives, turned them into weapons against their will, and programmed them to murder Goku. However, they retained enough free will to resist those commands. With Garo dead, they have no master forcing them to fight. Android 17 adds that he senses multiple incredibly strong energy signatures among the Z fighters. Fighting that many Super Saiyans would be stupid even if they wanted to, which they do not. This scenario differs completely from both the original timeline and future Trunks' experience. In those timelines, the androids emerged with cruel personalities, enjoying destruction and murder. Here, facing overwhelming opposition from the start, they choose pragmatism over violence. Vegeta suspects deception and demands they prove their intentions. Android 18 suggests they simply leave and live their own lives away from everyone. After years trapped in Garo's lab, they just want freedom. Goku, always willing to see good in others, accepts this explanation cautiously. He proposes they can go peacefully. However, if they harm innocent people, the Z fighters will stop them. Android 17 agrees to these terms. He and Android 18 walk past the assembled warriors toward the laboratory exit. As Android 18 passes Krillin, their eyes meet briefly. Something passes between them in that moment, though neither speaks. The androids depart, flying away in the direction of a nearby city. Trunks cannot believe what just happened. In his timeline, the androids immediately started killing people. He worries this seeming peace is temporary. However, Piccolo senses something else. He explores deeper into Garo's laboratory and discovers a massive computer still running in a sub-basement. The computer contains information about Project Cell, Garo's ultimate creation. According to the files, Cell is a bio-android created by combining cells from the universe's strongest warriors. The computer shows Cell growing in a containment tank in an underground facility separate from this laboratory. Garo designed Cell to absorb androids 17 and 18 to achieve perfect form and ultimate power. The computer estimates Cell's completion date as several years from now. Trunks checks his own knowledge and realizes Cell must come from an alternate timeline like he does. In some timeline, Cell completed his development, traveled back through time, and he exists somewhere in this era right now in imperfect form. This revelation creates new urgency. The group destroys Garo's laboratory completely, ensuring no additional androids can be created. They then search for Cell's underground development facility using the coordinates found in Garo's computer. When they locate it days later and break inside, they find a larval cell in a containment chamber, still incomplete. Rather than wait for this creature to mature into a threat, Vegeta suggests they destroy it immediately. Goku hesitates, questioning whether destroying an incomplete being who has not yet committed crimes is right. However, Piccolo argues that Cell was specifically designed for destruction, grown from stolen cells without consent from any of them. His very existence represents a violation. They vote and decide to destroy the incomplete Cell. Vegeta's final flash obliterates the entire underground facility, ensuring Cell can never awaken in this timeline. This preemptive action prevents the Cell saga entirely. However, they remain vigilant for the future. Cell, that Trunks warns might exist, the one who traveled back from another timeline. Months pass without incident. Androids 17 and 18 settle into civilian life in a distant city, avoiding the Z fighters as promised. The warriors return to training, knowing the universe holds countless threats beyond Earth. The bonds formed between the Saiyans and Earth's defenders continue strengthening as they face an uncertain future together, prepared for whatever challenges arise next. Before we move on, make sure to subscribe if you're enjoying this breakdown. Moving on to the fifth saga of our What If timeline, Saga 5, The Ancient Evil Awakens. 7 years passed since the defeat of the androids. In the original timeline, life settled into peace. Gohan grew into a 16-year-old teenager, attending Orange Star High School in Satan City. The young man tried keeping his identity secret while fighting crime as the Great Saiyaman, a masked hero who protected the innocent. His classmate Videl, daughter of the world martial arts champion Hercule Satan, discovered Gohan's secret and blackmailed him into entering the upcoming 25th World Martial Arts Tournament in exchange for keeping quiet. She also demanded flying lessons. Goku received special permission from King Yema to return to Earth for one single day to participate in the tournament. This news excited everyone. When tournament day arrived, the Z fighters gathered at Papaya Island. Goten and Trunks competed in the junior division, with Trunks winning the finals. The adult division began with mysterious new entrants. Among them were Shin and his attendant Kibito, who revealed themselves as the Supreme Kai and his bodyguard. They came to Earth tracking an ancient threat. The evil wizard Babidi, son of the sorcerer Bibidi, planned to resurrect Majin Buu, a pink demon of unimaginable destruction. Millions of years ago, Majin Buu destroyed planets and killed 4 Supreme Kais before Bibidi sealed him in a ball. Shin killed Bibidi and hid the ball on Earth. Babidi sent 2 fighters, Spopovich and Yamu, to steal energy at the tournament. They attacked Gohan after he transformed into Super Saiyan 2 at Kibito's request. The pair drained Gohan's energy into a container and fled. Supreme Kai, Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, and Krillin pursued them to Babidi's spaceship hidden in rocky terrain. Inside the ship, Babidi's henchmen guarded multiple levels. Dabura, king of the demon realm, served as Babidi's strongest warrior. Dabura turned Piccolo and Krillin to stone with his spit. Vegeta grew frustrated watching the battles unfold. Babidi sensed darkness in Vegeta's heart and placed him under mind control, transforming him into Majin Vegeta. The Saiyan Prince demanded a fight with Goku. Their battle generated massive energy that filled Majin Buu's sealed ball completely. Majin Buu emerged as a fat, pink creature with childlike behavior. He spoke in a high voice, danced around, and made jokes only he found funny. Despite his silly appearance, Buu possessed incredible power and perfect regeneration. Any damage healed instantly. Dabura attacked Buu and was transformed into a cookie, then eaten. Supreme Kai tried stopping Buu and nearly died. Majin Vegeta confronted the monster. He knocked out Goku and fought Buu alone. The battle went poorly. Vegeta realized his mistake in allowing Buu's revival. He said goodbye to Trunks, hugging his son for the first time, then knocked out both Trunks and Goten. Piccolo carried the unconscious boys to safety. Vegeta asked Piccolo if he would see Goku in the afterlife. Piccolo explained that Goku's heroic nature earned him special treatment, keeping his body in training with King Kai. Vegeta, having lived selfishly, would receive no such reward. Vegeta accepted this. He unleashed his final explosion technique, sacrificing his life to destroy Majin Buu. The attack reduced Buu to scattered pieces. Vegeta died. Moments later, Buu regenerated completely from the fragments. Vegeta's sacrifice meant nothing. Buu and Babidi terrorized Earth. Goku taught Goten and Trunks the fusion dance technique, believing their combined power could defeat Buu. Supreme Kai brought the injured Gohan to the sacred world of the Kais. There, Gohan trained with the legendary Z-Sword. Old Kai emerged from the broken sword and began a ritual to unlock Gohan's hidden potential. This process took over 20 hours. Meanwhile, Goku demonstrated Super Saiyan 3 to buy time. The transformation shook the entire planet. Goku's incredible power shocked everyone, though it drained his remaining time on Earth. He returned to the afterlife early. Buu killed Babidi after the wizard insulted him repeatedly. The demon befriended Hercule, Satan, and a small dog named Bee. When a gunman shot Bee, Buu's rage caused him to expel his evil half. This created 2 Boos. Evil Buu absorbed Fat Buu, transforming into Super Buu. Super Buu went to the lookout demanding strong opponents. Gotenks, the fusion of Goten and Trunks, fought Buu. The young warrior achieved Super Saiyan 3, but ran out of fusion time. Gohan arrived with his mystic power unlocked. He dominated Super Buu easily. Buu used a trick to absorb Gotenks and Piccolo, gaining their abilities and surpassing Gohan's strength. Goku received Potara earrings from Old Kai. He returned to Earth alive thanks to old Kai, sacrificing his life. Vegeta received permission to return temporarily. Goku and Vegeta fused into Vegito using the Potara. Vegito crushed Super Buu effortlessly. He allowed Buu to absorb him to rescue those trapped inside. Goku and Vegeta separated inside Buu's body. They freed Gohan, Goten, Trunks, and Piccolo. They also removed Fat Buu. This caused Super Buu to transform into Kid Buu, his original pure evil form. Kid Buu immediately destroyed Earth with a massive energy ball. Supreme Kai teleported Goku, Vegeta, Hercule, Dende, and Bee to the sacred world of the Kais. Kid Buu followed them. Goku and Vegeta fought Kid Buu, while Dende and Supreme Kai traveled to Namek. They used the Namekian Dragon Balls to restore Earth and revive everyone killed by Buu. Vegeta suggested gathering energy from all Earth's people for a spirit bomb. Hercule convinced everyone to raise their hands and share their energy. Goku formed a massive spirit bomb and destroyed Kid Buu completely. Peace returned. 10 years later, Goku met Oob, the reincarnation of Kid Buu, at another world tournament and left to train the boy. In the altered timeline where Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz arrived as allies, the sequence of events changed dramatically. 7 years passed since the android threat ended. Gohan grew into a scholarly teenager, balancing studies with occasional training. He attended Orange Star High School, like in the original timeline. Videl still discovered his identity and blackmailed him into the tournament. The major difference came from the Saiyan Brotherhood established years earlier. Vegeta never harbored resentment or jealousy toward Goku. The Prince of Saiyans found honor and purpose protecting Earth alongside his fellow warriors. His relationship with Bulma developed naturally, without inner turmoil. Trunks grew up with a father who openly showed affection and pride. The boy trained regularly with Vegeta, Goku, Gohan, Goten, Nappa, and Raditz. This extended Saiyan family created bonds impossible in the original timeline. Raditz and Nappa became valued members of the Z Fighters. Raditz, Goku's older brother, finally found the family connection he craved. He trained diligently to match Goku's strength. Nappa, the towering Saiyan general, developed respect for Earth and its people. Both warriors achieved Super Saiyan forms through years of intense training and emotional breakthroughs. The group trained together frequently. Vegeta, Goku, Gohan, Raditz, and Nappa pushed each other to new heights. Piccolo continued his own training while occasionally joining the Saiyans. Krillin, Yamcha, and Tien trained when possible, though they focused more on peaceful lives. Android 18 married Krillin, and they raised their daughter Marin. Android 17 lived peacefully in a remote area as a park ranger. When news spread about the 25th World Martial Arts Tournament, everyone showed interest. Goku received permission to return for one day, generating excitement. Vegeta announced he would enter to test his abilities. Raditz and Nappa also registered, eager to demonstrate Saiyan power. Gohan reluctantly agreed due to Videl's blackmail. Goten and Trunks entered the junior division. Piccolo, Krillin, and 18 registered as well. The tournament promised a true gathering of Earth's defenders. On tournament day, the participants assembled at Papaya Island. Goku appeared through fortune teller Baba's magic, granted 24 hours on Earth. He met Goten for the first time. The shy boy quickly bonded with his father. Vegeta stood with Bulma and Trunks, his family complete. Raditz joked with Goku about their upcoming matches. Nappa stretched his massive frame, preparing for battle. The junior division began first. Goten and Trunks dominated their opponents with ease. The two boys, both capable of Super Saiyan transformation, held back significantly. Trunks won the finals against Goten in a close match. The adult division preliminaries started with the punch machine test. Vegeta destroyed the machine with a casual tap, scoring infinite. Tournament officials scrambled to replace it. Goku, Piccolo, Raditz, Nappa, Krillin, and 18 all qualified easily. Gohan and Videl qualified through their matches. Two mysterious fighters caught everyone's attention. Shin and Kibito moved with unusual grace and power. Piccolo sensed something divine about them. Two other fighters, Yamu and Spopovich, possessed abnormal strength and durability. Spopovich brutally beat Videl in their match. Gohan rushed to stop the fight, his ki flaring with rage. Kibito healed Videl after the match, using divine healing abilities. The first round brackets appeared. Gohan faced Kibito. When their match began, Kibito made an unusual request. He asked Gohan to transform into a Super Saiyan. Gohan's classmates watched from the stands. The young man hesitated, knowing his secret would be revealed. Kibito insisted, claiming he wanted to see the legendary transformation. Gohan agreed and transformed. His golden aura blazed. His classmates recognized him as the Great Saiyaman. More importantly, they realized Gohan fought Cell 7 years ago. Kibito then asked Gohan to go further. Gohan transformed into Super Saiyan 2. Lightning crackled around his body. His power shook the stadium. At that moment, Yamu and Spopovich leaped into the ring. Shin, revealing himself as the Supreme Kai, paralyzed Gohan with telekinesis. The two possessed fighters used a strange device to drain Gohan's energy into a container. The process left Gohan exhausted. Yamu and Spopovich flew away with the stolen energy. Shin explained the situation quickly. He revealed his identity as the Supreme Kai of Universe 7. The divine being came to Earth tracking Babidi, an evil wizard attempting to resurrect Majin Buu. The Supreme Kai described Buu's terrible history. Millions of years ago, the wizard Bibidi created Majin Buu to destroy everything. The pink demon killed the North and West Supreme Kais instantly. He absorbed the South Supreme Kai, gaining bulk and power. Then he absorbed the Grand Supreme Kai, taking on a chubby appearance but losing some ferocity. The absorption trapped the Grand Supreme Kai's peaceful nature inside Buu, creating the Fat Buu form. During the chaos, Shin survived. He eventually killed Bibidi and sealed Majin Buu's ball on Earth. Now Babidi, Bibidi's son or creation, sought to free the monster. The wizard needed massive amounts of energy to break the seal. This explained why Yamu and Spopovich stole Gohan's power. Goku immediately offered to help. Vegeta nodded in agreement. Raditz and Nappa stepped forward, ready for battle. Piccolo and Krillin joined them. The Supreme Kai accepted their aid gratefully. Kibito healed Gohan while the others pursued Yamu and Spopovich. The group followed at a distance. The possessed fighters led them to rocky badlands far from civilization. There, hidden among stone formations, sat Babidi's spaceship. The massive vessel remained partially buried. Yamu and Spopovich entered through the main hatch. Shin suggested they follow carefully. The group descended into the ship. Inside, they found Babidi and his strongest servant, Dabura. The king of the demon realm possessed strength comparable to Perfect Cell. He served Babidi willingly. Babidi, a short alien wizard with a third eye, cackled at his plan's success. He took the energy container from Yamu and Spopovich. Then he killed both fighters casually, no longer needing them. The spaceship contained multiple levels. Babidi's magic created battle stages on each floor. He sensed the intruders and sent champions to stop them. The first level guardian appeared. A hulking alien named Pui Pui confronted them. Vegeta stepped forward to fight. The Saiyan Prince transformed into Super Saiyan and destroyed Pui Pui with a single energy blast. The group descended to the second level. There, a being named Yakon attacked. The creature fed on light and energy. Goku volunteered for this match. He transformed into Super Saiyan and deliberately released massive amounts of energy. Yakon consumed the power greedily. The monster overfed and exploded from too much energy. Goku reverted to base form, smiling at the easy victory. The third level brought Dabura himself. The Demon King emerged with confidence. His power signature shocked everyone except Goku and Vegeta, who remained calm. Dabura attacked immediately. He spat at Piccolo and Krillin. The saliva struck them and they transformed into stone statues. Shin explained that only Dabura's death could reverse the petrification. This made the stakes clear. Gohan, having caught up with Kibito and Videl, entered the ship. The young man saw his mentor and friend turn to stone. Rage filled him. Gohan challenged Dabura. The two fought intensely. Gohan transformed into Super Saiyan 2. Dabura matched him blow for blow using dark magic and demonic abilities. The battle raged across the stage. Meanwhile, Babidi monitored everything through magic. He saw the energy generated by each fight. The collected power flowed into Majin Buu's sealed ball. The ancient seal weakened with each surge. Dabura realized Gohan's power exceeded his own. The Demon King used strategy instead of direct combat. He teleported away from the battle stage to Babidi's chamber. Dabura suggested Babidi target Vegeta. The demon sensed something in the Saiyan Prince that could be useful. Babidi looked at Vegeta through his magic. He saw Vegeta's past. The wizard noticed memories of Vegeta serving Frieza, destroying planets, killing innocents. Although Vegeta had changed completely, traces of old darkness remained buried in his heart. Not darkness from evil intent, but darkness from pride and the desire to surpass Goku. Babidi attempted his mind control spell. The magic reached toward Vegeta's consciousness. In the original timeline, this spell succeeded because Vegeta secretly craved the power and welcomed the change. Here, the circumstances differed entirely. Vegeta felt the alien presence in his mind. The sensation surprised him. He recognized it as hostile magic trying to take control. The Saiyan Prince resisted immediately. His years of training with Goku, fighting alongside Earth's defenders, and building a family created a foundation Babidi could not break. Vegeta's pride remained strong, but it no longer came from a place of darkness. His pride now stemmed from protecting those he loved and proving himself through honorable combat. The magic failed to gain purchase. Babidi pushed harder, increasing the spell's power. Vegeta growled. his ki flaring. The Saiyan transformed into Super Saiyan. His golden aura exploded outward. The magical tendrils trying to invade his mind burned away in the intense light of his ki. Vegeta broke the spell completely through sheer willpower. Babidi screamed in frustration. His greatest tool for gathering energy had failed. Goku sensed Vegeta's struggle and the spell's defeat. He smiled, proud of his rival and friend. Raditz and Nappa also felt the disturbance. They moved closer to Vegeta, ready to help if needed. Vegeta stood firm, breathing heavily, but in complete control. The Saiyan Prince looked at Goku and spoke seriously. He explained what happened. Babidi tried taking control, but failed. This meant the wizard would try other methods to gather energy. They needed to finish this quickly. Goku agreed. The group decided to split up. Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan would confront Babidi and Dabura directly. Raditz and Nappa would guard the ship's entrance, preventing Babidi's escape. Piccolo and Krillin stood petrified, unable to help. Shin and Kibito would support the main fighters. The group descended to the lowest level where Babidi's chamber sat. Dabura waited for them. Behind the Demon King stood Babidi next to Majin Buu's sealed ball. The sphere glowed intensely, cracks spreading across its surface. Babidi cackled madly. He claimed he had enough energy despite Vegeta resisting the spell. Soon, Majin Buu would awaken and destroy everything. Dabura attacked the three Saiyans simultaneously. His power proved formidable but not overwhelming. Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan worked together perfectly. Years of training as allies created seamless coordination. They attacked from multiple angles. Vegeta fired a barrage of energy blasts. Goku appeared behind Dabura with instant transmission, landing a powerful kick. Gohan struck from above with a two-handed hammer blow. The combined assault pushed Dabura back. The Demon King used his trump card. Dabura created a dark magic sword and charged forward. He swung the blade at Gohan. The young Saiyan dodged. Vegeta fired a final flash at point-blank range. The golden beam engulfed Dabura. When the light faded, Dabura stood wounded but alive. He spat at Vegeta. The Saiyan Prince dodged the petrification attack easily, having seen it used before. Goku powered up to Super Saiyan 2. His strength increased dramatically. He vanished and reappeared in front of Dabura. The two exchanged rapid punches and kicks. Goku's speed overwhelmed the demon. A devastating uppercut sent Dabura flying into the chamber wall. Gohan and Vegeta unleashed simultaneous energy attacks. Their combined Kamehameha and Final Flash struck Dabura together. The explosion filled the chamber. When the smoke cleared, Dabura lay defeated. The Demon King reverted to his true form briefly, before disintegrating into dark particles. Babidi panicked. His strongest warrior fell. The three Saiyans turned their attention to him. The wizard raised his hands defensively. He claimed Majin Buu would protect him. At that moment, the sealed ball shattered completely. Pink smoke poured out, coalescing into a form. Majin Buu emerged. The creature appeared exactly as legends described. Fat and pink, with a childlike face. He wore a black vest, white pants, and a flowing cape. Steam vented from holes on his head. Buu looked around with innocent eyes. He noticed Babidi and smiled. The wizard explained that Buu must obey him and destroy the Saiyans. Buu tilted his head, confused. The creature spoke in a high voice, asking why he should listen. Babidi sputtered, claiming he released Buu from the seal. Buu laughed. He said he disliked being sealed. He also disliked being told what to do. Goku stepped forward carefully. He sensed Buu's incredible power. The ki felt different from anything he experienced before, chaotic and primal. Vegeta and Gohan flanked Goku, forming a defensive line. Supreme Kai trembled in fear. The deity witnessed Buu destroy his fellow Supreme Kais millions of years ago. Kibito stayed close to Shin, ready to teleport him to safety. Buu looked at the three Saiyans. He smiled widely. The creature announced he wanted to play. Goku asked what kind of game. Buu said a fighting game. He wanted to see if they were strong. If they proved boring, he would turn them into candy and eat them. Goku glanced at Vegeta and Gohan. They nodded. The three Saiyans transformed into Super Saiyan 2 simultaneously. Their combined power shook the entire ship. Babidi stumbled backward, shocked by their strength. Buu clapped his hands excitedly. He declared them not boring at all. The pink demon lunged forward with surprising speed. Gohan barely blocked the punch. The force sent him sliding backward. Vegeta attacked from the side. His kick connected with Buu's head. The demon's head twisted completely around. Buu laughed and twisted his head back to its normal position. Goku fired a Kamehameha wave at close range. The blue energy beam struck Buu directly in the chest, blowing a massive hole through his torso. For a moment, hope flickered. Then Buu's flesh stretched like taffy. The hole closed completely in seconds. Buu giggled and said that tickled. The three Saiyans realized standard attacks would not work. They needed to destroy Buu completely, or find another solution. Vegeta remembered stories about Buu from Supreme Kai. The original Majin Buu absorbed the Supreme Kais to change his form. Perhaps separating those absorbed beings would weaken Buu. Vegeta shouted this idea to Goku. The other Saiyan understood immediately. They needed to force Buu to expel whatever he absorbed millions of years ago. Easier said than done. Buu proved incredibly difficult to damage permanently. Gohan used his speed advantage. He struck Buu from multiple angles rapidly. Each blow landed with tremendous force. Buu's body deformed under the assault, stretching and compressing. The demon laughed throughout the beating. He counterattacked with a headbutt that caught Gohan off guard. The young Saiyan crashed into the wall, dazed. Goku and Vegeta attacked together. Their teamwork showed years of practice. Goku created an opening with a feint. Vegeta capitalized with a powerful energy blast. Buu's arm exploded. The limb regenerated instantly. Buu extended his antenna and fired a beam from it. Vegeta dodged. The beam struck the floor, transforming the metal into chocolate. Buu picked up the chocolate and ate it. He praised its taste. This attack reminded them of Buu's candy beam ability. Getting hit meant transformation into food. The battle continued. Minutes passed with no progress. Buu regenerated from every injury. His stamina seemed infinite. The Saiyans began tiring. Even in Super Saiyan 2, maintaining this level of combat drained them. Babidi watched from the corner, regaining confidence. He ordered Buu to kill them all. Buu ignored the wizard completely. Gohan recovered and rejoined the fight. He suggested they try simultaneous destruction. If they obliterated Buu's entire body at once, perhaps regeneration would fail. Goku and Vegeta agreed to try. The three Saiyans spread out, surrounding Buu from different angles. They powered up to maximum. Energy crackled around them. Goku prepared a Kamehameha. Vegeta readied his final flash. Gohan charged a Super Kamehameha. They fired together. 3 massive energy beams converged on Buu. The explosion filled the entire chamber. The ship shook violently. Supreme Kai created a barrier protecting himself, Kibito, and Babidi from the blast. When the light faded, smoke filled the air. The Saiyans waited tensely. Slowly, the smoke cleared. Pink particles floated everywhere. Then the particles gathered together. Buu reformed completely, not even winded. He giggled and complimented their light show. The situation looked grim. Buu seemed truly indestructible. At that moment, Raditz and Nappa arrived. They descended to the lowest level after sensing the intense battle. The two Saiyans assessed the situation quickly. 5 Super Saiyan level warriors against 1 opponent who could not be destroyed. Nappa suggested a new strategy. He remembered a technique from long ago. Saiyans could create an artificial moon using a power ball. This moon triggered the Great Ape transformation. If they combined Great Ape power with Super Saiyan power, the resulting strength might overwhelm Buu. Vegeta immediately rejected this idea. Great apes lost rational thought. They would destroy everything indiscriminately. More importantly, transforming in this enclosed space would crush everyone. The ship could not contain even 1 great ape, let alone 5. Goku suggested a different approach. He could use instant transmission to teleport Buu somewhere far away, perhaps into deep space where Buu would float forever, unable to return. Vegeta pointed out that Buu might survive in space and eventually find his way back. Also, this solution did not address Babidi. The wizard would try resurrecting Buu again or causing other problems. They needed a permanent solution. Supreme Kai spoke up. He explained that millions of years ago, his predecessor sealed Buu using a specific sealing technique. However, that technique required immense divine power. The Grand Supreme Kai sacrificed most of his godly energy, performing the seal. Even then, it only trapped Buu, not destroying him. Supreme Kai lacked the power to recreate that seal. The younger deity never trained in such advanced techniques. Buu grew bored waiting. He announced playtime was over. The demon prepared a massive attack. Energy gathered around his body, pink and chaotic. Buu formed a giant energy ball above his head. The sphere grew larger, crackling with destructive power. He intended to destroy everything at once. The Saiyans could not allow this attack to launch. If Buu destroyed the ship while they stood inside, they would survive, but Babidi might escape in the chaos. Worse, the attack might propagate to the surface, destroying the nearby city. Goku made a split decision. He used instant transmission, grabbing Buu's arm. Both vanished. Goku teleported them far away, to an uninhabited area of wasteland hundreds of miles from any civilization. There, Buu could unleash his attack without harming innocents. The instant teleportation surprised Buu. He looked around at the new location, confused. Goku released his arm and backed away. The Saiyan asked Buu to listen for a moment. Buu tilted his head, curious. Goku explained that fighting did not need to mean killing. Strong people could test each other without destroying everything. Buu considered this. He asked if Goku was strong enough to be interesting. Goku smiled and transformed into Super Saiyan 3. His hair grew long, reaching past his shoulders. His eyebrows disappeared. A powerful aura surrounded him. golden and electric. The ground cracked under the pressure of his ki. Boo's eyes widened. He sensed this new level of power. The demon smiled widely. He declared Goku definitely interesting. Back at Babidi's ship, the others felt Goku's transformation. The energy signature reached them clearly despite the distance. Vegeta clenched his fists. Goku achieved another level beyond Super Saiyan 2. The Prince of Saiyans felt both pride and frustration. Pride that his rival and friend reached new heights. Frustration that he had not achieved the same level yet. Gohan, Raditz, and Nappa also sensed the incredible power. Supreme Kai looked relieved. Perhaps Super Saiyan 3 could defeat Majin Buu where Super Saiyan 2 failed. Babidi panicked. Without Buu present, he was defenseless. The wizard tried to run. Vegeta grabbed him effortlessly. The wizard squirmed, begging for mercy. Vegeta felt no sympathy. This creature tried controlling his mind. Babidi planned to unleash Majin Buu on innocent people. The Saiyan Prince prepared to execute Babidi. Supreme Kai stopped him. The deity explained they needed Babidi alive temporarily. If Buu went on a rampage, Babidi might be the only one who could seal him again. Vegeta reluctantly agreed. They would imprison Babidi for now. In the wasteland, Goku and Buu fought. The battle exceeded anything Earth witnessed before. Goku's Super Saiyan 3 power allowed him to match Buu blow for blow. His punches and kicks connected solidly. Buu took damage but regenerated instantly as always. The demon countered with wild, unpredictable attacks. His body stretched and morphed in impossible ways. Goku adapted, using his superior technique to compensate. The two fighters created shockwaves that flattened the surrounding terrain. Mountains crumbled, the ground split open, energy blasts carved massive craters. Despite his overwhelming power, Goku noticed a problem. Super Saiyan 3 drained energy incredibly fast. This transformation consumed ki at an unsustainable rate. Goku calculated he could maintain this form for perhaps 30 minutes at full power. Already, 5 minutes passed. He needed to end the fight quickly or find another solution. Goku charged a Kamehameha wave at maximum power. He poured everything into this single attack. The blue energy swelled, growing massive. Buu sensed the danger. The demon created his own counterattack. Pink energy formed in his hands. Both fighters unleashed their attacks simultaneously. Kamehameha versus Buu's energy wave. The beams collided in the air. The struggle created a blinding light. Power surged back and forth. Goku pushed harder, shouting with effort. The Kamehameha slowly gained ground. The blue beam forced back the pink energy. Buu's attack collapsed. The Kamehameha struck Buu fully. The explosion vaporized the demon completely. Nothing remained but dust and smoke. Goku dropped to his knees, exhausted. The Super Saiyan 3 form flickered. He reverted to base form, gasping for breath. For a moment, silence reigned. Then pink particles began gathering. They floated through the air, coalescing. Buu reformed once again. The demon looked annoyed. He admitted that attack actually hurt. Buu decided Goku was very interesting indeed. Seeing Buu regenerate even from complete vaporization confirmed what Goku suspected. Physical damage could not permanently defeat this creature. They needed the ability to destroy Buu on a different level. Spiritual destruction or complete obliteration of his essence. Goku lacked such abilities. He transformed back into Super Saiyan 3 despite his exhaustion. This time, he used a different tactic. Rather than attacking, Goku spoke to Buu. He complimented the demon's strength. He said Buu was definitely the strongest opponent he ever faced. Buu smiled at the praise. Goku continued. He suggested they pause the fight. Buu could explore Earth and see interesting things. Later, they could fight again when Goku was rested. Buu considered this proposal. The demon asked what interesting things existed on Earth. Goku mentioned food, delicious food in many varieties. He mentioned games and entertainment. He described strong fighters Buu could play with besides just him. Buu liked the sound of that. The demon agreed to pause their fight. However, he warned that if things became boring, he would turn everyone into candy. Goku accepted those terms. He used instant transmission to return to Babidi's ship, leaving Buu to explore. The teleportation brought Goku back to the chamber. He collapsed immediately, his energy completely spent. Vegeta caught him before he hit the ground. Gohan rushed over, concerned. Goku smiled weakly. He explained what happened. Buu agreed to a temporary truce. This gave them time to recover and plan. Maybe they could find a way to seal or destroy Buu permanently during this time. Supreme Kai looked troubled. He explained that Buu's peaceful mood could change at any moment. The demon's childlike nature made him unpredictable. If something angered or upset Buu, he might rampage without warning. They could not rely on this truce lasting long. The group teleported out of Babidi's ship using Kibito's abilities. They emerged on the surface. Raditz and Nappa joined them. Once outside, Vegeta destroyed the ship completely with an energy blast. Babidi remained trapped in rubble, hopefully unable to escape. Piccolo and Krillin, still petrified, stood frozen. Supreme Kai sadly explained that only Dabura's death should reverse the petrification. They waited. Minutes passed. Suddenly, Piccolo and Krillin transformed back to flesh. The spell broke. Dabura's final defeat completed. Everyone felt relief. The team returned to the lookout. Dende and Mr. Popo greeted them anxiously. The young guardian sensed the terrible battle. Goku explained the situation. Majin Buu was loose. The demon agreed to a temporary peace. They needed a plan. The group discussed options. Gohan suggested they search for the Dragon Balls. Perhaps Shenron could seal or destroy Buu. Vegeta doubted the Eternal Dragon possessed that much power. Shenron could not kill beings stronger than his creator. Piccolo agreed. Kami created Shenron. Even after fusing with Nail and later with Kami himself, Piccolo's power paled compared to Majin Buu. The Dragon Balls likely could not help directly. Goku mentioned the Room of Spirit and Time, also called the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. Inside that room, 1 day outside equaled 1 year inside. They could train for extended periods while little time passed in the real world. This might give them the strength needed to overcome Buu. Vegeta immediately volunteered. Goku agreed to train with him. They would push each other to new limits. Raditz and Nappa asked to use the chamber after Goku and Vegeta finished. Gohan wanted to train as well. The young Saiyan felt frustrated that his power proved insufficient against Buu. Before they began training, Goku remembered he only had 24 hours on Earth. Already, most of that time expired. He had perhaps 10 hours remaining. After that, he must return to the afterlife. This limitation changed everything. Goku could not spend a year in the hyperbolic time chamber. His time on Earth would expire. Vegeta cursed this restriction. They needed Goku's strength, especially his Super Saiyan 3 form. Goku apologized. He wished he could stay longer. Then he had an idea. What if someone else learned to use Super Saiyan 3? The transformation required immense training and understanding of ki control. However, Gohan, Vegeta, Raditz, or Nappa might achieve it, given enough time and proper guidance. Vegeta scoffed at the suggestion. Learning a completely new transformation level in days or weeks seemed impossible. Goku admitted it was unlikely, but still possible. Nothing was truly impossible for a determined Saiyan. The discussion continued. Mr. Popo mentioned the sacred water. No, not that one. He referred to the ultra-divine water, the legendary substance that dramatically increased power. Goku drank it as a child when fighting King Piccolo. The water was incredibly dangerous, killing anyone whose body could not handle the extreme stress. Korin mentioned he destroyed the last of it years ago, deeming it too risky. That option was unavailable. Gohan asked Supreme Kai if any divine techniques could help. The deity thought carefully. There existed rituals and power unlocking methods known only to Kais. The Elder Kai, Supreme Kai's ancestor trapped in the Z-Sword for 15 generations, knew such techniques. However, the Z-Sword was on the sacred world of the Kais. It would take time to retrieve and break the sword to release Elder Kai, time they might not have. Buu's energy signature suddenly flared. Everyone sensed it. The demon's ki spiked with anger or excitement. Supreme Kai's prediction was coming true. Buu's mood shifted. They needed to check on him immediately. Goku placed his fingers to his forehead. He locked onto Buu's energy and teleported. Vegeta, Gohan, Raditz, and Nappa followed using flight. They found Buu in a populated city. The demon floated above buildings, steam venting from his head. Below him, people screamed and ran. A crater marked the street where an explosion occurred. Buildings nearby showed damage. Goku called out to Buu, asking what happened. The demon turned to face him. Buu looked angry. He explained that people shot at him with weapons. They called him names. They tried to hurt him. So he turned some of them into candy and ate them. Others he blew up. Goku felt conflicted. He understood Buu's reaction came from self-defense and confusion. The demon did not understand human society. However, killing innocents could not be allowed. Goku tried reasoning with Buu again. He explained that humans feared things they did not understand. The people attacked because they were scared. Buu should not kill them for that. The demon considered this. He asked why humans were so weak and scared. Goku said humans were naturally weaker than beings like them. That made them different, not worthless. Buu scratched his head, confused by this philosophy. He decided he disliked weak things. They were boring. He wanted only strong opponents. Goku saw an opportunity. He suggested Buu come to a specific place. There, strong fighters gathered. Buu could challenge them properly. The demon liked this idea. He agreed to follow. Goku led Buu away from the city to an uninhabited area. This temporary solution bought time. However, everyone knew Buu would eventually grow bored or angry again. They needed a real solution soon. Over the following days, a strange routine developed. The Z-Fighters took turns entertaining Buu. Vegeta sparred with him, using the demon as training to perfect new techniques. Gohan fought Buu to test his limits. Raditz and Nappa challenged the demon in pairs. Piccolo engaged Buu in strategic battles. Even Goku's remaining time on Earth was spent mostly managing Buu. The demon enjoyed these fights. He never truly went all out, treating battles as games rather than death matches. During breaks, Hercule, Satan appeared. The world champion heard about the pink monster and decided to handle it personally, seeking more glory. His arrival created an unexpected development. Hercule's clownish attempts to fight Buu amused the demon greatly. Buu liked this funny human. He decided not to kill Hercule. Instead, Buu played with him. This reaction surprised everyone. Hercule, terrified but hiding it poorly, accidentally befriended Majin Buu. The world champion showed Buu magic tricks, told jokes, and treated the demon like a person rather than a monster. Buu responded positively to this treatment. He laughed at Hercule's antics. For the first time, someone interacted with Buu without fear or aggression, just friendship. This kindness touched something deep within Buu. The influence of the Grand Supreme Kai, absorbed millions of years ago, began surfacing. That deity's peaceful nature existed somewhere inside Buu's essence. Hercule's genuine friendship helped awaken those buried feelings. Buu started changing. His destructive urges lessened. He wanted to play and have fun rather than fight and kill. The demon even befriended a small dog that wandered into their area. Buu named the puppy B and protected it fiercely. The Z-Fighters watched this development with cautious hope. Perhaps Buu could change. Maybe the demon could become good through friendship and positive influence. Supreme Kai remained skeptical. He warned that Buu's evil nature ran deep. One bad incident could reverse all progress. Still, they encouraged Hercule to continue befriending Buu. Days passed. Goku's time on Earth expired. Fortune teller Baba came to retrieve him. Goku said goodbye to everyone. He hugged Goten and Chi-Chi. He shook hands with Vegeta, Gohan, Raditz, Nappa, and Piccolo. Before leaving, Goku pulled Vegeta aside. He told the Saiyan Prince to keep training. Goku believed Vegeta could achieve Super Saiyan 3 with enough work. He also said he was proud to fight alongside Vegeta as a friend and equal. Vegeta replied with a simple nod, but his expression showed respect and appreciation. Goku smiled. Then he left with fortune teller Baba, returning to the afterlife. His time on Earth ended. With Goku gone, the burden fell on the remaining fighters. Vegeta took charge naturally. He organized training schedules and monitoring rotations for watching Buu. Gohan split time between school and Buu duty. Raditz and Nappa patrolled regularly. Piccolo meditated at the lookout, ready to respond to emergencies. Weeks passed. Buu's personality continued softening. Hercule's friendship worked miracles. The demon learned to cook, creating various dishes. He played with B constantly. Buu even helped people occasionally, using his powers to rebuild damaged buildings or rescue trapped individuals. The world learned about Majin Buu. News spread of a pink monster who now protected rather than destroyed. Some people celebrated this change. Others remained terrified and distrustful. A group of aggressive hunters decided to kill Buu. They tracked the demon to Hercule's home where Buu stayed frequently. The hunters attacked at night. They shot B, the small dog Buu loved. The puppy fell, bleeding. They then shot Hercule, who tried protecting Buu. Hercule collapsed, wounded. Buu witnessed his only two friends getting hurt. Something broke inside the demon. Rage overwhelmed him. Pure, unfiltered rage. Buu's body convulsed. Steam vented continuously from his head. Pink energy exploded outward. The hunters disintegrated instantly. Buu's anger grew beyond control. He tried to contain it, not wanting to be evil anymore. The demon strained, holding back the fury. Then Buu did something unexpected. He expelled the anger physically. The rage separated from his body, forming a cloud of gray smoke. The smoke condensed into a shape. A new Buu emerged. This one looked different. Thin, gray, and sinister. Evil Buu stood before Fat Buu, the original good Buu, now separated from his evil half. The evil Buu attacked immediately. He overpowered Fat Buu easily. The good Buu tried reasoning with his evil self. Evil Buu laughed mockingly. He fired a beam from his antenna. The beam struck Fat Buu, transforming him into chocolate. Evil Buu ate the chocolate. The absorption changed him again. Evil Buu transformed into Super Buu, a taller pink form with increased intelligence and power. Super Buu looked around. He sensed strong energy signatures across the planet. Time to hunt down the warriors. Back at the lookout, everyone felt the surge of evil energy. They knew immediately something terrible happened. Vegeta, Gohan, Raditz, Nappa, and Piccolo prepared for battle. Supreme Kai explained what likely occurred. Buu separated into good and evil halves. The evil absorbed the good, creating a more powerful and malicious form. This Super Buu possessed all of the original's abilities, plus increased intelligence and aggression. Super Buu arrived at the lookout through sensing their energy. The demon looked at the assembled warriors. He smiled cruelly. Super Buu declared he wanted strong opponents. He would kill everyone on Earth and then destroy the planet. The Z-Fighters attacked together. Vegeta, Gohan, Raditz, Nappa, and Piccolo unleashed their full power. 5 Super Saiyan level warriors versus 1 demon. The battle shook the lookout. Super Buu fought them all simultaneously. His power exceeded the original Fat Buu significantly. Each fighter struggled to land meaningful hits. Super Buu's regeneration remained perfect. His energy was practically limitless. The demon laughed throughout the battle. He said they were stronger than expected. This would be fun. Gohan transformed into Super Saiyan 2 and attacked with everything. His blows connected solidly. Super Buu tanked the damage and countered with a powerful punch. Gohan crashed through a wall. Vegeta and Raditz attacked together. Their coordinated assault pushed Super Buu back temporarily. The demon responded by stretching his arms and wrapping them around both Saiyans. He squeezed hard enough to crack ribs. Nappa fired a massive energy blast. The explosion freed Vegeta and Raditz. Piccolo used strategy, regenerating his own injuries and creating openings for the Saiyans. The battle raged on. Minutes turned to hours. Everyone exhausted themselves. Super Buu remained fresh. The demon decided playtime was ending. He prepared his ultimate technique, the humanity extinction attack. Super Buu floated high above the lookout. He raised his hands to the sky. Thousands of energy beams erupted from his body. The beams spread across the entire planet. Each beam targeted a human life form. In seconds, billions died. Only those with exceptional power survived the attack. Bulma, Chi-Chi, Android 18, and other stronger individuals remained alive. The rest of humanity perished instantly. Gohan screamed in rage. He powered up beyond his limits. His ki exploded violently. For a brief moment, Gohan touched something beyond Super Saiyan 2. His power multiplied. He attacked Super Buu with newfound strength. The demon actually took damage. He flew backward from Gohan's assault. However, this burst of power lasted only seconds. Gohan's energy depleted rapidly. He reverted to base form, unconscious. Piccolo caught the falling Saiyan. Vegeta realized they could not win this fight, not as they were. They needed the fusion technique Goku mentioned, or they needed to unlock hidden power like Gohan attempted. Raditz and Nappa also recognized their inadequacy. Super Buu was simply too strong. The demon floated before them, smiling. He said they disappointed him. He expected more from Earth's defenders. Now he would turn them all into candy. The Z fighters stood ready to resist despite their exhaustion. They would not give up no matter how hopeless the situation became. Earth's fate hung in the balance. The next moments would determine whether the planet survived or joined the countless worlds Majin Buu destroyed throughout history. Before we move on, make sure to subscribe if you're enjoying this breakdown. Moving on to the final saga of our What If timeline. Saga 6, The Final Stand. In the original timeline, the battle against Super Buu continued with desperate measures. After Buu killed billions with his humanity extinction attack, only the strongest individuals survived. Piccolo suggested buying time by showing Buu the hyperbolic time chamber where Goten and Trunks trained. The two boys learned the fusion dance technique Goku taught them before returning to the afterlife. They fused into Gotenks and fought Super Buu. Gotenks achieved Super Saiyan 3 transformation during battle. The young fusion warrior initially seemed to have the advantage. However, the fusion time limit proved problematic. Gotenks defused back into Goten and Trunks at a critical moment. Super Buu gained the upper hand. Meanwhile, in the sacred world of the Kais, Gohan trained with the Z-Sword. The legendary blade supposedly granted incredible power to whoever wielded it. During training, the sword broke. This released the Elder Kai, who had been sealed inside for 15 generations. The ancient deity possessed knowledge of a ritual that could unlock someone's hidden potential completely. Elder Kai performed this ritual on Gohan. The process took over 20 hours. When completed, Gohan gained access to his mystic power. This form, also called Ultimate Gohan, gave him strength surpassing Super Saiyan 3 without needing transformation. Gohan returned to Earth and dominated Super Buu completely. He overwhelmed the demon with pure power. Victory seemed certain. Super Buu used deception. He created miniature versions of himself as a distraction. The real Buu absorbed Gotenks and Piccolo while everyone focused on the copies. This absorption gave Super Buu their abilities and intelligence. His power increased dramatically, surpassing even Mystic Gohan. The tables turned completely. Old Kai gave his Potara earrings to Supreme Kai. These divine artifacts allowed fusion when two people each wore one earring. Supreme Kai teleported to Earth and gave Gohan one earring. The plan was for Gohan to fuse with someone. Goku received permission to return to life. Old Kai sacrificed his own life to make this possible. Goku arrived on Earth and attempted to fuse with Gohan using the Potara. However, Super Buu attacked before they could complete the fusion. Vegeta received special permission to return from the afterlife temporarily. King Yema allowed this because the universe's fate was at stake. Vegeta arrived and Goku convinced him to fuse using the Potara. Vegeta initially resisted, not wanting to permanently merge with Goku. However, he eventually agreed when he understood the stakes. They put on the earrings and fused into Vegito. This warrior possessed incredible power, easily surpassing Super Buu, even with his absorptions. Vegito toyed with Buu, demonstrating overwhelming superiority. He could have destroyed Buu, but chose a different strategy. Vegito allowed himself to be absorbed intentionally. This was possible because he maintained a barrier inside his body that prevented complete absorption. Once inside Buu, Vegito separated back into Goku and Vegeta. The Potara fusion broke because of the unique environment inside Buu's body. Goku and Vegeta found themselves in a strange fleshy dimension inside Buu. They discovered pods containing everyone Buu absorbed. Gohan, Goten, Trunks, and Piccolo were trapped in these pods. Goku and Vegeta freed them one by one. They also found the pod containing Fat Buu, the original good Majin Buu, who was absorbed by his evil half. Vegeta ripped this pod free. The removal caused Super Buu to transform. Without Fat Buu's influence, the demon reverted to his original pure evil form. Kid Buu emerged, smaller but infinitely more dangerous. This version possessed no restraint or mercy. He was pure destruction incarnate. Kid Buu immediately destroyed Earth with a massive energy ball. Supreme Kai saved Goku, Vegeta, Dende, Hercule, Satan, and Bee by teleporting them to the sacred world of the Kais at the last second. Kid Buu sensed their location and followed them through space. The final battle began on the Supreme Kai planet. Goku fought Kid Buu as Super Saiyan 3. The two warriors matched each other evenly. However, Goku's energy depleted rapidly. Super Saiyan 3 consumed tremendous power. Vegeta fought Kid Buu next, buying time for Goku to recover. The Saiyan Prince got beaten badly, but refused to surrender. He stalled long enough for Goku to propose using the Spirit Bomb. This technique gathered energy from all living beings. Vegeta suggested using the Namekian Dragon Balls to restore Earth and revive everyone. Dende and Supreme Kai teleported to New Namek. They summoned Porunga and made wishes. The first wish restored Earth completely. The second wish revived everyone killed since the World Tournament except the evil ones. This brought back billions of people and also revived Vegeta himself since he died fighting Buu. With Earth restored and everyone alive again, Vegeta convinced people to raise their hands and share energy for the Spirit Bomb. However, most people refused because they did not know Goku. They only trusted Hercule, Satan. The world champion made a speech asking everyone to help. His words convinced humanity to contribute energy. Goku gathered power from across the universe. The Spirit Bomb grew enormous. Kid Buu tried to push back against it. Goku needed more energy to overpower the demon. Vegeta wished for Goku's full power to be restored. With his energy replenished, Goku pushed the Spirit Bomb forward. The massive energy sphere engulfed Kid Buu completely. The demon could not regenerate from this spiritual attack. Kid Buu died, his essence obliterated. Peace returned to the universe. Goku asked King Yema to reincarnate Buu as a good person. 10 years later, Goku met Oob at the 28th World Tournament. This boy was Buu's reincarnation. Goku left with Oob to train him, ensuring a new protector for Earth's future. In the altered timeline where the Saiyans arrived as allies, the final battle against Super Buu played out differently. The previous saga ended with humanity dead, Gohan unconscious, and the Z-Fighters exhausted. Super Buu prepared to turn them into candy. Vegeta, Raditz, Nappa, and Piccolo stood ready despite their desperate situation. At that critical moment, Dende acted. The young guardian of Earth possessed healing abilities granted by his Namekian heritage. Dende concentrated and unleashed a massive healing wave. The energy washed over Gohan, Vegeta, Raditz, Nappa, and Piccolo. Their injuries healed instantly. Their energy restored partially. This gave them a fighting chance. Super Buu fired his candy beam. The warriors scattered, dodging the attack. Vegeta shouted orders. They needed to work together perfectly. Gohan regained consciousness, feeling stronger than before. The brief moment where he exceeded Super Saiyan, 2 limits left an imprint. His body remembered that power. Piccolo created a strategy quickly. He suggested they retreat to the hyperbolic time chamber. Inside that dimension, they could train and prepare properly. 1 day outside equaled 1 year inside. They could gain the strength needed to defeat Buu. Super Buu would follow them inside, but the time dilation gave them an advantage. Vegeta agreed with this plan. The group flew toward the chamber entrance. Super Buu pursued them, laughing at their retreat. Mr. Popo opened the chamber door. The Z-Fighters rushed inside with Super Buu following close behind. Once everyone entered, Mr. Popo sealed the door from outside. The warriors found themselves in the endless white void of the hyperbolic time chamber. Super Buu looked around, confused by the strange environment. This place had no boundaries visible, just white space extending forever in all directions. Vegeta told the others to split up and train separately. They would take turns fighting Buu to buy time. Each warrior would push themselves to their absolute limits. Super Buu attacked immediately. Gohan volunteered to fight first. The young Saiyan transformed into Super Saiyan 2. He engaged Buu in combat. The two fought across the white expanse. Gohan used every technique he knew. He combined his father's Kamehameha with Piccolo's strategic thinking. He fought intelligently, conserving energy and looking for openings. Meanwhile, Vegeta, Raditz, and Nappa meditated at different locations in the chamber. Each Saiyan focused inward, searching for new levels of power. Piccolo observed the battle between Gohan and Buu, analyzing the demon's fighting patterns. Hours passed. Gohan fought brilliantly, but Super Buu was still too strong. The demon's unlimited stamina and perfect regeneration made him nearly impossible to defeat. Gohan's energy depleted slowly. He needed rest. Vegeta took over the fight. The Saiyan Prince attacked Super Buu with fierce determination. He had trained his entire life for moments like this. Vegeta remembered his promise to Goku. His rival believed he could achieve Super Saiyan 3. The Prince refused to let Goku down. As Vegeta fought, he pushed his ki higher. He searched for that next level. Super Buu matched him blow for blow. The demon enjoyed the challenge. He laughed and taunted Vegeta, trying to make him angry. Vegeta remained calm. Anger was not the answer. He needed focus and control. Raditz and Nappa continued their meditation. Both Saiyans reflected on how far they came. Years ago, they served Frieza as destroyers. They eliminated civilizations for profit. Now they protected Earth and fought for good. This transformation meant everything. Raditz thought about his brother Goku. The younger Saiyan always surpassed him in strength. However, Goku never made Raditz feel inferior. Instead, Goku encouraged him to grow stronger. This kindness changed Raditz fundamentally. He wanted to be worthy of his brother's faith. Nappa remembered Vegeta, the prince he served since childhood. In the old days, Vegeta commanded through fear and arrogance. Now Vegeta led through respect and example. Nappa felt proud serving such a warrior. Both Saiyans channeled these emotions into their training. Days passed inside the chamber. Only hours passed in the real world outside. The rotation continued. Each warrior fought Super Buu for a period, then switched with someone else. During rest periods, they trained intensely. Gohan practiced a new technique. He tried to recreate that burst of power from earlier, the moment when he briefly exceeded Super Saiyan 2. He meditated deeply, visualizing his ki flowing differently. Piccolo guided him, offering wisdom from his own training experiences. The Namekian suggested Gohan stop thinking about transformations. Instead, he should focus on drawing out his base power completely. True strength came from within, not from external forms. Gohan listened carefully. He changed his approach. Rather than forcing a transformation, he relaxed and let his power flow naturally. Something shifted inside Gohan. His ki became smoother, more refined. When he opened his eyes, they looked different. Calmer, yet more intense. Gohan stood and felt incredible power coursing through him. He had not transformed. He remained in his base form. However, his strength increased dramatically. This was the beginning of his mystic power awakening, naturally through intense training and meditation. Gohan tested his new strength against Super Buu. The difference was remarkable. He moved faster, hit harder, and controlled his energy more efficiently. Super Buu noticed the change. The demon stopped laughing. This opponent became dangerous. Gohan pressed his advantage. He unleashed a barrage of attacks that actually pushed Super Buu back. The demon regenerated from damage but showed signs of concern. Vegeta watched Gohan's breakthrough. He understood what happened. Gohan stopped trying to become something else. He simply became more of himself. This philosophy resonated with Vegeta. The Saiyan Prince had always chased Goku, trying to copy his rival's achievements. Perhaps that was wrong. Vegeta needed to find his own path to power. He resumed his meditation with this new perspective. Instead of imagining himself as Super Saiyan 3 like Goku, Vegeta focused on his unique qualities, his pride, his tactical mind, his ruthless efficiency. He channeled these traits into his ki. His energy began changing. It grew sharper, more focused. Vegeta's aura shifted from golden to a deeper blue tint. His eyes became more intense. Power exploded from his body. Vegeta achieved a new form, not Super Saiyan 3 like Goku, something different, a transformation unique to him. This form, which would later be recognized as an early version of Super Saiyan Blue or an evolved Super Saiyan 2, gave Vegeta strength comparable to Super Saiyan 3. His ki became more refined and controlled. This efficiency meant less energy waste. Vegeta could maintain this form longer than Goku could maintain Super Saiyan 3. The Saiyan Prince opened his eyes and smiled. He finally found his own path. Vegeta stood and walked toward the battle. He told Gohan to rest. Time for the Prince of Saiyans to fight. Gohan nodded and stepped back. Vegeta faced Super Buu in his new form. The demon sensed the change immediately. This Saiyan's power increased dramatically. The battle between Vegeta and Super Buu shook the hyperbolic time chamber. Vegeta's new form gave him the edge. He matched the demon's power evenly. His refined ki control allowed precise attacks. Vegeta destroyed parts of Buu faster than the demon could regenerate. For the first time, Super Buu struggled in combat. The demon grew frustrated. He tried using his absorption technique. Buu stretched pieces of his body toward Vegeta. The Saiyan Prince incinerated the tendrils with ki blasts before they could touch him. Vegeta had observed this technique during previous fights. He knew how to counter it. Super Buu could not absorb him. The demon tried his candy beam. Vegeta dodged easily. His increased speed made such attacks ineffective. Raditz and Nappa witnessed Vegeta's transformation. Both felt inspired. If their prince could achieve a new level, so could they. The two Saiyans meditated together, combining their efforts. They shared their experiences and insights. Raditz suggested they stop thinking like individuals. Saiyans were strongest when fighting together. What if they could merge their ki somehow, without fusion? Create a resonance between their powers. Nappa liked this idea. They had fought side by side for decades. Their bond ran deep. The two Saiyans synchronized their breathing. They matched their ki frequencies. Energy flowed between them, creating a circuit. Their combined power multiplied. Both Raditz and Nappa's auras flared simultaneously. They achieved Super Saiyan 2 together through their shared bond. Now the Z fighters possessed 4 Super Saiyan, 2 level warriors plus Vegeta's evolved form and Gohan's awakening mystic power. The tide turned decisively. They attacked Super Buu together. Coordinated assaults from multiple angles overwhelmed the demon. Vegeta led the strategy. He directed each fighter's position and timing. Gohan struck from above. Raditz attacked the left. Nappa hit from the right. Vegeta charged directly. Piccolo supported with energy attacks from range. Super Buu could not defend against all of them simultaneously. The demon took massive damage. His regeneration struggled to keep pace. For the first time, Super Buu considered retreating. However, escaping proved difficult. The warriors surrounded him completely. Super Buu decided to use his ultimate technique, the Vice Shout. He screamed with incredible force. The attack tore holes in dimensional space itself. In the original timeline, this technique allowed Buu to escape the hyperbolic time chamber. Here, Piccolo anticipated this move. He had seen similar dimensional techniques before. The Namekian used his own energy to stabilize space around them. Piccolo's magic combined with his ki created barriers preventing dimensional tears. Super Buu's scream failed to open an escape route. The demon panicked. He was trapped inside this dimension with 5 powerful opponents who coordinated perfectly. The situation looked hopeless for him. Vegeta saw the opportunity. He called for everyone to unleash their strongest attacks simultaneously. They would obliterate every molecule of Super Buu at once. Complete destruction on every level. The warriors spread out, surrounding Buu from all directions. Each fighter charged their most powerful technique. Vegeta prepared his final flash. Gohan charged a Super Kamehameha. Raditz created a Saturday Crush. Nappa formed a Blazing Storm. Piccolo readied a Special Beam Cannon. They fired together. 5 massive energy beams converged on Super Buu. The demon tried to dodge but had nowhere to go. The attacks struck him simultaneously. The explosion filled the entire visible area of the chamber. Light and energy swirled together. The heat became intense enough to vaporize anything normal. When the light faded, nothing remained of Super Buu, not even particles. The combined attack completely destroyed the demon. The warriors waited tensely. Minutes passed. No regeneration occurred. Super Buu was truly gone. They won. Exhaustion hit everyone at once. The fighters collapsed, breathing heavily. They spent weeks inside the hyperbolic time chamber fighting and training non-stop. Even with breaks, the accumulated fatigue was immense. Piccolo checked everyone's condition. All alive, all victorious. They rested for a while before leaving the chamber. Outside, Mr. Popo waited anxiously. Only one day passed in the real world. The Guardian saw 5 warriors emerge, all significantly stronger than before. They defeated Majin Buu completely. The aftermath required attention. Billions of people died from Super Buu's humanity extinction attack. Bulma survived due to her proximity to powerful ki users. Chi-Chi survived similarly. Android 18 lived because of her mechanical durability. However, most of humanity perished. They needed the Dragon Balls. Dende explained that Shenron could revive everyone killed by Buu with a single wish. However, Earth's Dragon Balls had limitations. Each person could only be revived once by Shenron. Many people died during the Buu incident who were previously revived. For them, Shenron could not help. Piccolo suggested using the Namekian Dragon Balls. Porunga, the Namekian Eternal Dragon, had different rules. He could revive people multiple times. His wishes were also more powerful generally. Supreme Kai and Kibito arrived at the lookout. They heard about Buu's defeat and came to verify. The two Kai expressed amazement. Earth's warriors actually destroyed Majin Buu permanently. Supreme Kai said this was unprecedented. No one in recorded history had truly killed Majin Buu. They had sealed him, transformed him, but never completely destroyed him. Vegeta explained their method. They used overwhelming coordinated power to obliterate every particle simultaneously. The demon had no chance to regenerate. Supreme Kai bowed respectfully. These warriors saved not just Earth, but potentially the entire universe. Majin Buu threatened all existence. With him gone, countless lives were spared. The group traveled to New Namek using Kibito's Kai teleportation. They met with Grand Elder Mori and explained the situation. The Namekian Elder agreed to help immediately. They gathered the Namekian Dragon Balls quickly. The 7 orange orbs, each larger than Earth's Dragon Balls, assembled in a clearing. Dende spoke the summoning words in the Namekian language. The sky darkened, lightning crackled, Porunga emerged. The massive dragon dwarfed everyone present. His red eyes glowed with power. Dende translated as, Vegeta made the wishes. The first wish revived everyone on Earth who died since the World Tournament except the truly evil ones. This restored billions of lives. The second wish removed all memories of Majin Buu from normal people's minds except for the Z fighters and their families. This prevented mass panic. The third wish could be saved for later. Everyone returned to Earth. The planet bustled with life again. People went about their days unaware they briefly died. Only the Z fighters and their loved ones remembered the truth. Life gradually returned to normal. Vegeta spent time with Bulma and Trunks. The prince finally experienced true peace. No threats loomed, no enemies schemed, just family and quiet days. Gohan returned to school and graduated. He pursued his studies while maintaining his training. Videl and Gohan grew closer. Eventually they married. Goten grew into a strong young man. Raditz found happiness training the next generation of fighters. He opened a dojo teaching martial arts. Nappa became a farmer, surprisingly. The large Saiyan discovered he enjoyed peaceful agricultural work. His strength made farming extremely efficient. Years passed peacefully. The world knew nothing of how close it came to destruction. Hercule Satan maintained his status as world champion. The man actually learned real martial arts from the Z fighters. He could never match their power, but became legitimately skilled. Android 17 and 18 lived quiet lives. Krillin and 18 raised Marin. Piccolo meditated at the lookout, watching over Earth as its silent guardian. The Z fighters gathered occasionally for friendly sparring sessions. These tournaments helped them maintain their skills without real combat. Everyone stayed in touch. The extended Saiyan family celebrated holidays together. Goku remained in the other world, training with warriors across the universe. 10 years after Buu's defeat, another World Martial Arts tournament was announced. Everyone decided to participate. It would be fun competing again. On tournament day, the Z fighters assembled. Vegeta entered alongside Trunks, who grew into a powerful young man. Gohan brought Videl and their daughter Pan, a spirited girl with tremendous potential. Goten entered as well, eager to test his skills. Raditz and Nappa registered, still competitive after all these years. Piccolo joined to keep things interesting. Android 18 participated to win prize money. The tournament began with great energy. Familiar faces competed alongside new fighters. During the adult division preliminaries, a young, dark-skinned boy caught everyone's attention. He possessed incredible natural power despite appearing untrained. His name was Oob. The boy came from a remote village. He entered the tournament to win money for his poor family. Vegeta sensed something unusual about this child's ki. It felt familiar somehow, old and powerful. The Saiyan Prince watched Oob's matches carefully. The boy fought with raw instinct, no formal training. Yet his movements showed natural talent. During a break, Vegeta approached Supreme Kai, who attended the tournament. The deity confirmed Vegeta's suspicion. Oob was the reincarnation of Majin Buu. After Buu's complete destruction, his essence returned to the cycle of rebirth. Positive karma from the brief time Fat Buu showed kindness allowed reincarnation as a good person. Vegeta found this fascinating. The creature they fought so desperately against now lived as an innocent child. He told Gohan about Oob's identity. The young man felt amazed. This represented a second chance for Buu's soul. If trained properly, Oob could become a powerful defender of Earth. He already possessed incredible latent power. Gohan suggested they approach the boy after the tournament, offer training and guidance, help him control his abilities. Vegeta agreed. They would take Oob under their wing, train him alongside Pan and the other youngsters, create a new generation of protectors. The tournament continued with joy and excitement. Z fighters old and new competed fiercely but friendly. In the finals, Vegeta faced Gohan in an epic battle. The two warriors displayed years of growth and training. Vegeta's evolved form matched Gohan's mystic power evenly. They exchanged blows that shook the stadium. The audience watched in awe. These fighters moved faster than normal eyes could track. Energy attacks lit up the sky. The battle lasted 30 minutes before Gohan finally won by a narrow margin. He caught Vegeta with a perfectly timed Kamehameha that pushed the prince out of bounds. Vegeta smiled and congratulated Gohan. The young man earned the victory. Gohan became the world martial arts champion officially. The crowd cheered. Hercule gave a speech praising his student. Everyone celebrated. After the tournament, Vegeta and Gohan approached Oob. They explained who they were and what they sensed in him. Oob looked confused. He knew nothing about past lives or Majin Buu. The boy just wanted to help his family. Gohan smiled kindly. He offered to train Oob for free. The boy would live with Gohan's family and learn to control his power. In return, Oob would eventually use his strength to protect others. The young boy looked at his parents. They encouraged him to accept this opportunity. Oob agreed nervously. This began his training. Years passed. Oob grew into a powerful warrior under Gohan and Vegeta's guidance. He learned to access his incredible potential. The reincarnated Buu became one of Earth's greatest defenders. The timeline continued peacefully. New threats occasionally emerged. Space pirates, rogue scientists, alien invasions. Each time, the Z-Fighters responded together. They protected Earth as a unified team. The bond between Vegeta, Gohan, Raditz, Nappa, Piccolo, and the others never weakened. They remained brothers in arms. New generations joined their ranks. Pan grew into a fierce fighter. Trunks and Goten reached their prime. Marin trained despite lacking Saiyan heritage. Oob matured into a master martial artist. Earth entered a golden age of protection. The planet faced dangers but always prevailed. The legacy of cooperation that began when 3 Saiyan warriors chose good over evil continued forever. The choice Vegeta, Raditz, and Nappa made decades ago changed everything. Not just for themselves, but for the entire universe. They proved that anyone could change, that redemption was always possible, that family and friendship mattered more than pride or power. Vegeta often reflected on his journey, from destroyer to protector, from tyrant to father, from enemy to hero. The path was long and difficult, however, every step was worth it. He found purpose and peace. The Prince of Saiyans became more than his title. He became a true warrior, one who fought not for conquest but for love. Gohan continued his scholarly pursuits while maintaining his strength. He published research papers and trained students. The young man balanced both passions successfully. Raditz and Nappa enjoyed their retirement years. They gathered with the others regularly, sharing stories and laughter. Piccolo watched over everything with quiet satisfaction. The Namekian had seen Earth grow from a violent planet to a beacon of hope. When Bulma asked Vegeta if he ever regretted leaving his old life behind, the Saiyan Prince answered honestly, he regretted nothing. The destruction and emptiness of his past held no appeal. His current life, filled with family and purpose, brought true fulfillment. Bulma smiled and hugged him. Trunks joined the embrace. Vegeta stood surrounded by love. This was everything. The universe continued its endless cycle. Stars formed and died. Civilizations rose and fell. Through it all, Earth remained protected. A small blue planet that became home to some of the universe's greatest warriors. Warriors who chose to be good, who fought for others, who proved that strength without compassion meant nothing. The story of these heroes would be told forever. A tale of redemption, friendship, and ultimate victory against impossible odds. The remaining Saiyans who came to Earth seeking something better found exactly that. They discovered family, they found purpose, they became protectors instead of destroyers. Their choice created a better timeline, one where cooperation defeated even the universe's most ancient evil, where bonds between warriors provided strength no transformation could match, where good truly triumphed because good people worked together. This was their legacy, this was their story. The story of how the remaining Saiyans were good, and how that single difference changed absolutely everything for the better. The universe was safer, Earth thrived, and most importantly, lives were saved that would have been lost. All because 3 warriors chose a different path, the right path, the path of heroes. If you enjoyed this complete timeline rewrite, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.